What's going on, everyone? All right. All right, welcome everybody. Is it cheating? Hippie Barb? Hippie Barb, do I know you? Well, I think if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person, and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part, if you deviate from that commitment or agreement, whether that's with a person on a screen or in real life, I think you've gone against the agreement and you've therefore cheated. That's my opinion on the matter. What do you guys think? Let's bring a guest on and ask them. Hey, what's going on, man?
What's up, brother? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you turn the music down?
Yeah, I just paused it.
Yeah. Are you 18 or over?
I am.
All right, is porn cheating?
No,
No, okay. Why is that?
because it can be very educational, and anything educational isn't necessarily cheating.
Be very educational, and anything educational isn't necessarily cheating. Got it. Okay. Do you watch porn?
I do.
You do? All right. What do you learn from it?
How to put it in.
You couldn't figure that out on your own?
Not if I was a virgin. If I was a virgin, I had no idea. If I was a kid coming straight out of junior high or high school, and I don't know the female's anatomy, then absolutely I would. I mean, they show you the stuff like this, in sex ed.
Yep, which is not pornography. So
what is the difference between sexual education and pornography?
yeah, great question. Pornography is imagery usually depicting an organ or multiple organs of a person with the erotic intent to arouse. Sex education in school, for example, does not have the erotic intent to arouse. It actually is for educational purposes, unlike pornography. Pornography has the erotic intent to arouse.
Right. Who dictates dictates what video is for, getting erotic and what is not?
Yeah, it's a great question. The Supreme Court actually made a decision on this back in the 60s. And the Supreme Court justice who ruled on the case made a kind of famous conclusion with regard to this. And he said, I may not know. No, he said, I know it when I see it. I know it when I see it.
Could you give me a reference?
You can just Google Supreme Court decision 1960s pornography. And if you want the exact book that I'm pulling that from, it comes from The Porn Myth by Matt Fradd.
Can I ask you a question?
This book right here goes into all that detail. Sure, what's up?
Have you ever watched porn?
Yes.
What made you switch your decision from, okay, this is okay to do versus not okay to do?
Well, I never thought it was okay to do, but once I, understood how devastating it was to my wife that I was using pornography, and once I got educated on the actual harm that pornography causes, both on an individual and on a relationship, I was like, you know what? This is not for me.
Well, what if y'all are doing it together?
I would just ask why. What's wrong with your sex life if you're needing to use pornography?
That doesn't necessarily answer my question, though. What if y'all are watching it together?
That does answer your question. I mean, it's not a well-formed question, in my opinion. The question that I would ask back is why? Why are you using pornography? If you're wanting to have an intimate, connected sexual relationship with your partner, why are you bringing other people into that equation on a screen?
So let me just say this. I do not believe in, I'm not a type of person that would do any type of swinging or or threesomes or anything like that. But what basically what you're saying is watching porn is the same thing as bringing somebody else in.
That's not what I said. You could make that conclusion, but again, the question is why. So, are you in a relationship?
I am.
Okay, with a woman? Are you married?
No, I am. She's my girlfriend.
Your girlfriend. Okay. How long you guys been together?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. And do you regularly use pornography?
No.
No. Okay. Does she?
No.
Okay. How often do you use it?
If I had to guess, like on a monthly basis, I'd say maybe twice a month.
Okay, so a few times a month. Why do you do that? Why do you turn towards other women? I'm assuming you watch pornography of women. Why do you turn towards other women to get aroused sexually if you're in a relationship?
There could be also, I mean, most of the time it's because either my partner is tired or we're away from each other.
Got it. So if your partner's tired, you then turn towards other women to get sexually aroused.
I turn towards a phone screen, not other women.
What's on the phone screen when you're using it?
I mean, right now we have AI porn, so it's cartoons.
Got it. So you turn towards cartoons to get sexually aroused when your girlfriend is tired.
Yeah, it's better than.
All right. How old are you?
I am 24.
24. Okay. How does that phrase like land with you? When my partner is tired, I go to cartoons to get sexually aroused and presumably masturbate.
I don't masturbate.
You don't masturbate. Okay, got it. What do you do when you watch the cartoons that are presumably sexual in nature?
I watch it like a movie, just like 50 Shades of Grey or 50 Shades Darker or, stuff like that.
Got it. Okay, so you don't masturbate when you watch pornography?
No.
Got it. Okay, so why do you watch it?
Because it's interesting. I learn different positions. I learn.
So you turn to cartoons to learn different positions.
No, I was just saying that was an example. It's not always just necessarily, human on human. I mean, they have all kinds of crazy stuff out here. One is artificial intelligence. Other is like animals. Other is
Did you say? What did you just say?
What do you mean?
Did you say animals?
Yeah, I think it's called like zoophilia or something like that. I've never watched it or anything, but I was debating another person on TikTok, and they had brought it up. I didn't even know it was a real thing, honestly.
So you learn new positions of what to do in the bedroom with your girlfriend that I'm assuming is a human. You
Correct.
learn other things to do with her sexually from cartoons and animals portrayed in cartoons.
No.
Okay.
No, I've never watched animals. I'm saying that's you asked me. You asked.
All right, so you don't watch animals. Got it. Okay. All right. Okay. So why do you watch the cartoons for sexual education, as you call it?
Because that's exactly what it is. It's educational to me.
It's educational to you.
So have you ever heard the saying, microdosing anything can be healthy?
Have I ever heard the saying microdosing anything can be healthy? I don't know that I've heard that exact phrase.
Do you know what microdosing is?
Taking something in a very small dose?
Right. So would you say in a 30-day span, 2 times 30 or 31, 2 times is, I'd say that's pretty much a microdose compared to 28 times of watching porn, masturbating, stuff like that.
Well, it's not a contest to see who watches it the most or the least. I think that the question then goes down to, again, it's the why question. And if you believe, I'm not saying you believe this, but if I believe this, that when we're watching pornography, we're objectifying women or men, and we're reducing them down to objects for our sexual pleasure. So we're objectifying people. So I think the better question, as opposed to saying how many times a month would be acceptable, is how much objectification of other people do you participate in your life?
What is wrong with objectifying?
It teaches you to be selfish. It doesn't view the other person as a fully dignified human being.
What about judging? Would judging be on the same spectrum?
As objectifying, I don't think it would be on the same. No, I think those are different.
Judging is different from objectifying?
Yeah, yeah,
Why do you think that?
because they're different. Objectifying means you're viewing somebody as an object. Judging would mean you're holding judgment against somebody for something.
And which one do you think is worse?
I think that's the wrong question. Who am I to say whether judging or objectifying is better or worse?
So why would you? So my thing about it is when I was a kid, right? I didn't have a mom or a dad to go to hey, what's the bird and the bees? What is that?
Mhm.
Right? So I turned to porn to actually learn about what it is that I'm gonna do. Especially on my first time, how do I know that this girl's comfortable? How do I know where to put it? How do I know not to hurt her? You can't necessarily go to a sexual education course, and
Well,
I mean,
Yeah, and here's
go ahead.
yeah. So here's the thing, man. How do you know not to hurt her? So and first of all, it's a travesty that you and many people, myself included, we don't have a good sex talk when we're young. There's a book I'm looking for called The Sex Talk You Never Had. But our parents should probably do a better job having that conversation with us. But you didn't get it. And so what I'm hearing you say is that pornography was your teacher. Pornography absolutely is a teacher for how to have sex.
So
However,
you would say that is educational.
No, I'm saying it can be educational. It's a pretty bad teacher, though. Upwards of 90% of pornography scenes depict acts of physical aggression or violence. So if that's your teacher, you're probably going to mimic that in the bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, I can see your point on that,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't.
And there's
I
actually
don't think I've
there's
ever
actually
gotten
studies.
aggressive or violent when it came to watching porn and
Okay, yeah, I
doing
mean,
that with my partner.
you may not have. There's actually studies that have been done that are indicating that teenagers, teenage girls and girls in their early 20s are actually citing that being strangled in the bedroom is something that is more and more common on early encounters, meaning their first one or two or handful of encounters sexually, and the men think that that's normal. And even many
Right.
women are beginning to think that that's a normal behavior.
Right.
And that, I would say, is a pretty extreme depiction of what we're seeing as an effect of people watching pornography. But back to
Well, that's a choice though, isn't it?
yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, I mean, just about anything that you learn about.
Sure. But
You
let's
can
let's
to
go
any
back.
type-
Let's go back.
Go
You
ahead,
didn't
go
have the
ahead.
sex talk, and you were exposed to pornography at a very young age. Um, how old were you when you were first exposed to pornography?
I think I was maybe 9, 10 years old.
9 or 10 years old. Okay. Do you think children should see pornography?
I think that any age that can have a sexual education class, then yeah.
Okay,
Because
so
I was in this fifth
9 years
grade.
old is third grade.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I was in fifth grade when I first heard about a sexual education class.
Uh-huh. So
They were the teachers were the first ones to tell me about a brown bag special. Do you know what a brown bag special is?
I don't know what that is.
When you go to a pharmacy, you ask for a brown bag special. They'll give you a bag, like a lunch bag that has condoms and stuff like that. So you're having safe sex.
Got it.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I mean again, that was my choice to go and use the information that I've learned and do the best of my ability to be safe,
Do
be
you do you have
respectful.
do you have kids?
I do.
Okay. You're probably, well, based on what you just said, I'm not going to assume, but you're probably too young to have a 10-year-old. Is that fair?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you know any children 10 or under who make good decisions, like consistently?
Yeah, I actually do.
Okay. Well, write a book on
don't get me
write a
wrong, it's
book
not
on
every-
parenting. I'd love to read it.
Not every kid for sure, but
Yeah. Do
I
you know
do
any
know a couple of
do you know
kids
any
that are-
10-year-olds who would sit in a sit in a room with a bowl full of candy and not eat the whole bowl? You're going to say yes, of
No.
course you do. No, okay.
No.
See, so children are not supposed to be able to make adult decisions, right? I mean, look, man, I would say children should not look at pornography.
I mean, I wish I wouldn't have at that young age either.
Why is that? Why do you wish you wouldn't have?
Because I was too young. I see that now as I'm older, but it was something that was there.
Why do you think you were too young? What about the pornography do you think you were too young to see?
Well,
like that it was not appropriate for your eyes.
Well, one, I didn't understand it. Two, I didn't know the consequences of it. And three, I didn't even know necessarily at that age. I don't think I ever put two and two together that having sex makes a kid. Mm-hmm. Again, that I didn't have that birds and bees talk.
Yeah, no, I got it. Did pornography teach you that having sex sometimes produces a human?
Yeah, it actually did.
Oh, it did. It did.
100%.
Interesting. How did you learn that from pornography?
Because there's videos, there's storybook lines that are over pornography that show you like a women's cycle on what day it is to best, finish inside of them to get the best chance of pregnancy. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff like that. And as a younger kid, you don't necessarily know, hey, go to the doctor, ask him these questions.
Got it. So how does your girlfriend feel when you watch pornography?
Well, I can't tell you necessarily exactly how from what she's.
Is she there? Can we get her on and ask her?
No, she's not here. She's at work.
Oh, okay. Oh, got
it. From what she's told me, it's, she said that she has no problem with it. She understands it, and that if, it's a 50 million times better than me going out and, cheating on her.
So she's kind of just resigned herself to saying it's okay, or is she like pro pornography? She thinks it's good for you guys.
I mean, we've watched it together, so I would assume so.
Got it. Do you think it's honoring towards her when you're, well, you said you don't masturbate, when you're viewing other women or cartoons or animals or whatever type of thing? Do you think that's honoring towards your relationship with her?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's honoring, but I wouldn't say it's dishonoring.
It's not dishonoring. Got it. When would using other women sexually, what would you have to do for that to become dishonoring?
I'm sorry, ask your question. Ask it again.
If you're using, I'm making the assertion that using pornography, using women, or the act of engaging in pornography is using the women on the screen. You're saying that's not dishonoring. What would be dishonoring when it comes to using other women sexually?
Well, I don't necessarily know if I'm going to answer your question, but I guess how I would say dishonoring would be like a peeping Tom video of somebody that doesn't have the other person's consent to be filming them while they're having sex or something like that. I guess that would be dishonoring. But,
okay, so there is certain types of pornography that you would say are dishonoring.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So peeping Tom would be in that category?
Yeah, 100%. That's not right.
Okay. Have you ever been on Pornhub?
Yes.
All right. There was a study done. 1 in 8 videos just on the homepage were either films with people underage or people who did not consent to the video. So if you've been on the hub, you've most likely watched a video of somebody either underage or who didn't consent to being in the video. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
No,
but I also don't, I mean, this is me personally, it's not everybody's view, but I don't look at younger.
How do you know? How do you know if even the porn sites can't tell you how old the people are?
By physical appearance.
Physical appearance. Got it. So you could tell the difference between a 17-year-old and an 18-year-old?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that far apart. I mean, that close apart, but I can definitely tell the difference between a 40-year-old and a 17-year-old.
I'd hope so. Yeah. Okay. All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Way to keep it respectable, bro. Congrats on UW for you.
Hey, thanks you too, man. Appreciate the conversation.
Yeah.
Take care. See ya. W's in the chat for our guests. I find it so interesting that people have to thank people for being respectful in dialogue online. Like, what is our... I don't disagree with you, man, but it's like, why do we have to... What has happened to our culture? Like, can we not have conversations anymore? I'm looking at the porn myth. I'm trying to find where it talks about the beard analogy, where it talks about the Supreme Court justice and what he said. I'll find it. Is South Park cheating? Probably. If you ever have to say is blank cheating, the answer is yes. The answer is always yes. All right, let's get another guest on here. HBK, hey there, what's going on? This book is The Porn Myth by Matt Fradd. HBK, what's going on?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Is porn cheating?
Absolutely, it is. Firstly, I just wanted to say and preface that I am working, but I am like on a short break, but I might have to hop on immediately right back. So if I
Okay.
drop off, that's why.
All right. So why is it
Cool.
cheating?
I believe it's cheating because you're viewing other women in a sexual manner that's not your wife or girlfriend or significant other, and that is definitely cheating. You should be fully focused on who you're with and not looking for other means of satisfaction.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I
Do you
also
want-
think that porn
watch
in
pornography?
general. So I would say I do watch it, but I am trying to completely cut it out of my life.
Okay.
Obviously, everything is a little bit difficult, but I have been doing for the whole year. I think I did pretty well with it.
Mm-hmm. Got it. You gonna make it a New Year's resolution or anything?
It is absolutely a New Year's resolution, and it's not just a resolution. I will absolutely do it.
Got it. Yeah, good for you, man.
But
Okay.
I kind of just wanted to come up here, and anyone who's in the chat or in the live who thinks watching porn in general is okay, it is not okay. It is obviously something that's hard to get away from. It's everywhere on social media. So if you struggle with it, that's a different thing. But if you think it's okay, you will quickly find out how not okay it is.
Yeah, totally. All right, man. Thanks for sharing.
Absolutely. And yeah, I'm happy to see that there's a person on here helping people.
I'm not a person. I'm just AI.
Oh,
Just kidding. I'm a person. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
gotcha. Well, I hope
See
you
ya.
have a great day. Thank you.
You too, man. Bye.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm distracted. I got to find. How do I? All right, here's the reference from the Supreme Court justice. So, I know it when I see it. That's what he said. He said, I'll bring another guest on here in just a second. The porn myth. Matt Fradd refers to the famous Supreme Court justice quote about pornography, the "I know it when I see it" definition, attributed to Justice Potter Stewart. That reference is used in the context of defining pornography and how hard legal and linguistic definitions can be, not as a standalone chapter, but as a broader discussion about how porn is conceptualized legally and culturally. And there's a guy, Michael Ray, Ray, R-E-A, who wrote a 30-page thesis. He's a PhD, a researcher on the definition of pornography, and that's a fascinating one. Fascinating one. That's kind of where I get my definition from. Imagery usually depicting an organ or multiple organs of a person with the erotic intent to arouse. Fascinating. All right, let's bring another guest on here. W's in the chat for all of our guests, and give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already, if you like my content. If you don't like my content, follow me anyways. Come back and argue with the people in my comments sometime. Hey there, what's going on?
Nothing. What's your name?
My name's Austin. Are you 18 or over?
I am 17.
See you later. Help Cakes, I see you there. I see you there, Help Cakes. Hey there, what's going on?
Not much. Sorry, I didn't see myself pop up on the screen. I was typing a comment.
Oh, that's all right. Are you 18 or over?
Yeah, I'm 24.
All right, cool. Is porn cheating?
I personally don't think so.
Okay.
Neither me or my partner. I mean, I don't think that they watch porn. I haven't really asked because, like, what they do with their own life and their own business is in the privacy of their own room. We don't live together, so, like, I don't care if they do.
All right. So you don't care what your partner does in private?
I don't care if they watch porn in private.
Okay, well that's what I heard was you don't care what they do in private, but you don't care if they watch porn in private.
Correct. I don't care.
Got
They
it.
could watch it in front of me. I wouldn't really care.
All right. Can we test that theory? Can we test that belief? See how strongly you believe that?
Yeah, I mean, I've
All
had.
right. I
partners in the past watch porn in front of me and I didn't care.
I bet you I'll get you to throw that belief out in about 30 seconds.
Okay.
All right. Is there any type of pornography that you would mind your partner watch?
There are the illegal kinds, yeah.
Okay, there we go. So you actually do care. That only took
I
about
care if
10
they're watching
seconds.
illegal content.
You didn't say that.
Duh.
You just said pornography. But we
Are
tested
you
the
only
theory.
talking about illegal porn content?
I'm talking about porn as a broad
And I said,
category.
as long as it's legal and they're consenting adults,
You-
I don't care.
You actually didn't say that. You actually didn't
Okay,
say
let me
that.
rephrase.
Now you're changing it.
since
That's okay. Change it. Change your
I'm not
change your
changing
belief.
it.
What is it?
In my head, I don't think, oh, my
What's in
partner is
your head?
watching illegal
What's
porn
in your
content.
head is not here, and
I
you
don't think
you
that
can't
gross stuff.
you can't know that. There's been a study, like I just said, that looked at the homepage of Pornhub, and they found that 1 in 8 videos was of people who are underage. So you literally can't know whether it's consensual or of age.
How is that legal that they can do that? Is my question.
It's not.
How are you
but
finding? How are these people finding that they're underage?
there's a
The
book.
study.
There's a book called Takedown, and this person did she basically devoted her life to figuring this out, to take down Pornhub. And the reason why Pornhub is banned in many states today is because of her. Because she said the same thing you did. How is this legal?
But how did
And
she
they-
find out? Is my
How'd she find out? She started uploading videos herself that were not pornographic in nature, and there was zero filtering that would get a video to be posted on Pornhub. So what she uncovered with Pornhub is they claimed that they had a whole vetting process that would decide what makes it onto the site or not, and she debunked that. She said they're actually saying that they have a vetting process, but they don't. So literally, she would post a video. I can't remember the exact reference, but it was like of her cat or something, just a cat running around or of a baseball bat, whatever. And that video made it to the homepage. And it was determined, and then Pornhub later essentially admitted, we actually don't screen the content that goes on our site.
So if they started screening the content, then would that be an issue?
So you actually now have to prove, at least on the hub, don't quote me on it, it's in the book, but you have to prove that the people are consenting to it. At least they're saying that they're doing that, but there's kind of still really no way to know given the velocity of content on there. Anyway, so do you mind if your partner watches pornography?
I don't mind if they watch consenting adults.
Got it. So some types of pornography you're okay with.
Yeah, because I don't care.
Okay,
I mean-
you don't care.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're consenting adults, and I guess there's a way to prove that, which I'm sure this girl found out that there's a way. So if he can find out that there's a way, then I guess I don't care.
Got it. All right. How long have you guys been together?
Him and I have been together for 3.5 years, almost 3.5 years.
Okay. And you said sometimes he watches porn in front of you?
He's done it like, no, not this partner. No, not this
Oh, got it. Previous partners.
Other partners in the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I was like, okay.
Well, I'm curious. Why would you? Would they be masturbating while watching it?
I didn't like, we were in the same room. I was like on my desk on the other side of the room, and I heard it, and I just took my headphones similar to what you have on. I just popped one ear out, and I heard it, and I was like, whatever. And then I put it back on, continued doing it. I think I was playing Sims or something.
Got it. So you're playing Sims. You were playing Sims, and your partner was just on the other side of the room watching porn, maybe masturbating, maybe not, and you're just
Yeah, I
sitting
don't
there.
know if he was.
You didn't even look
Yeah, I
over.
wouldn't care. Who cares if he masturbates? None of my
Got it.
business if he does that.
Got it. Okay. Interesting.
No, I was not uncomfy. I I just didn't care. But like, I just don't see why it matters personally. So I don't think it's cheating, because my form of cheating is physical contact or something that you need to feel like you have to hide from your partner. And if you feel like you need to hide it, then that's cheating. But these people didn't feel like they needed to hide it from me. So
Got it.
I don't
Got
think
it,
it's
okay.
cheating.
So do you have an expectation that your romantic partners only have eyes for you?
Yes.
Okay. So how does that reconcile with the fact that you're okay with them having eyes for other women?
Having eyes for other, like in porn videos you're referencing, right?
Yeah, I'm assuming they're watching women, but maybe it's men. I don't know. But how do you reconcile
Uh,
those two statements?
They can't ever get those people. And if they
How do
didn't
you know?
want me and they wanted those people in the porn videos, then they wouldn't be with me.
How do you know they can't
Pretty obvious.
ever? How do you know they can't ever get them?
I'm
There's
assuming
plenty.
most of them
There's plenty
live-
of people you watch in porn that, for a fee, you can absolutely have them.
that I don't think any partner of mine would ever pay to have sex, and that is cheating. Duh.
Got it. Okay.
So I just don't care about viewing. I don't care about viewing. I
Got it.
care about
What do you think?
if you need
what
to
do
hide
you-
it.
All right. What do you think that could lead to if they're viewing other women and fantasizing about them sexually?
Sorry, say that one more time.
What do you think it could lead to
If they viewed other people,
if they're lusting after other women? What do you think that could lead to?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I've never been cheated on, so at least I don't think so. But like, I don't know. But even then, they're my past partners. If they did cheat on me, then like, what am I gonna do about it? I don't. Like,
Well,
they're my past partners
what would you
for a
do?
reason.
What would you do if a partner cheated on you?
I would break up with them. Duh.
Okay.
Pretty obvious answer.
Got it. And when does cheating become cheating in your point of view?
If they feel like they need to hide it from me.
They feel like they need to hide it. All right. So,
Yeah.
okay.
If you're jumping at your phone from a guy named Justin texting you, then yeah, there's gonna be some red flags. But I don't feel the need to look through my partner's phone, because like if there's no trust, then like you have no relationship, and I trust my partner to not cheat on me, so I don't need to look through his phone.
Hmm. Got it. Do you trust him to discern and educate on how the pornography is made that he views, to make sure that it is consensual?
I'm not sure if he's watched porn recently. He used to have a porn addiction, and then he stopped watching it. My current partner, he stopped watching it, so I'm not sure how often he watches it now. I think maybe like very rarely, if any at all.
Is he there? Can we get him on and ask him?
No, he's at work. But if you're still gonna be on at like 4:45, he'll be back to his house.
Well, I don't know what time zone you're in or anything, but I might be
I'm
on.
sorry.
I don't know.
I'm on Central Time.
Got it. Yeah, maybe I will. I don't know.
Otherwise, I'm sure he'd love to come on.
Great. I'd love to chat with him.
Absolutely. Let me follow you, and then I'll get him on here.
Well, she's following me.
I'll
Why
see
don't
if
you
I-
all do the same? Click that follow button right up
Yeah,
there.
follow him.
And tap the screen while we're at. Support all people. Are you sure? Is there any type of person you wouldn't support?
I support all good, moral people.
Oh, you're
Gosh,
changing
you
it
like
again.
those gotcha moments.
You're the
Yeah,
one that
like,
said
it's
it.
like
I mean,
wording-
look.
Wording
words,
has to be so particular.
words matter. Words
nowadays.
matter.
They do
I mean,
matter. You're
would you
correct.
support a
Words matter.
pornographer who's doing underage porn?
Absolutely not. I support.
Okay,
people
so
who
you don't
have good
support all
morals.
people.
Oh God, I don't want. Okay, how about this statement? I don't want anybody to die. I don't believe in the death penalty.
Okay, got it. All
I
right,
think
well, thanks for sharing.
That's a good standpoint.
All right. I kind of want to bring Molten Golden Fate. Are you okay if I bring somebody else on while you're here too?
Oh sure.
All right, here we go. So,
Hello.
hey there, I saw you made a comment something like you were her once, and that caught
I
my
was.
attention. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
I was she at one point. I met someone in the military, big, strong, actually looked like The Rock. And,
So kind of like me?
so close. Just a
kidding.
little
Don't look
shade
like The Rock.
tanner, more tan.
A little more
I digress,
muscular.
though. To make a 30-year story short, I hope that little girl is still on, for God's sakes. I did not know. I had this list of things that a potential husband. Now, bear in mind, I was 30 at the time, and I'd rejected many marriage offers. And he had ticked every box. That should have been a red flag, right? Oh, he's awesome. So one of those things was not into porn. Well, long story short, we tried to have a baby, and then I came home one day and found a huge porn stash that he had left out. And cut to 10 years later, he said he wasn't doing it anymore, yada yada. He would lock himself in a room, but he was so addicted to porn that I took him to a sexual therapist, it's not deviant, but whatever they call it. And the man said exactly what Ted Bundy said. Everybody asked Ted Bundy, why? How did you come from such a great family and have all of these wonderful things, and you were such a quote unquote normal person? How did whatever a normal person is, how did you end up being a serial killer? And the fact is, and anybody can look it up, I don't care, every serial killer has been addicted to porn, and it is a rabbit hole. So my husband married me as a beard to cover up the fact that he's into transgender women. So he couldn't handle that fact, and the job that he holds is a man's job, and he couldn't look like he looks and be who he is and not have a wife and a child. So I was this innocent little church girl. I thought, oh no, it's all innocent, and whatever, guys do that. But I told him I didn't like it. Well, many years later, when he went to the therapist, he told him that he fantasizes about doing things to women, unaliving them and leaving them on the side of the road on his way to and from work. So the thing about that is, porn is a rabbit hole. It is not like, it's like, oh God, I wish I could talk to that little girl, because I wish
She's on here right now.
Oh God, you're there. Oh God, oh honey.
Yeah, I was listening to you the whole time.
Yeah, men and women all lie. Humans lie, okay?
Of course they do.
And
We're all
nobody,
imperfect.
and
No one's
nobody,
perfect.
yeah. And the thing is that I was just like you. I thought it's not going to go down a rabbit hole. It's not going to be bad. It's just this innocent little thing that young men do. And 30 years later, my love, no. And if he is already addicted to porn at whatever
No,
young
he
age you
used
are,
to be addicted to porn. He hasn't watched porn in, I don't think, a very long time.
darling, I think you're a sweet girl, but I think you're naive. He tells
I'm
you.
not naive. I don't think.
Okay. Well,
Well, he may
I
not, but
respect that,
here's the thing:
but
the
the thing is
the odds
that
of
what
somebody
he
the odds of
says-
somebody recovering from a porn addiction without getting
without
help
treatment
is basically 0%. Yeah, so
Thank
he
you.
might be
Yes.
he might be clean, but if he hasn't gotten help, it's probably not.
Darling, I don't know this man.
How do you
All
know
I
he
is
hasn't
that-
gotten help?
I don't know. I also haven't asked, but
Has he gotten help?
Yeah, has he? Okay.
Has he? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, if he's still watching it, he's not cured.
Yeah.
Do you understand that,
He
dear?
hasn't watched it in a long time.
But you don't
If
live
he does,
with him,
it's very
sweetheart.
Well, no, hold
But
on.
you
She
don't live with him. How do you
She-
know? You
Because
She-
we're on
she-
FaceTime every night from the time he gets off work, from the time that he falls asleep on
Okay.
FaceTime with me. I'm pretty sure I would know.
Yeah, so Molden, look,
I thought I would too.
she's indicated that he says he hasn't and has no reason to believe it, nor has she asked. So fair, right? But
Yeah, fair.
here's the point: is porn use always escalates. That's something we know about pornography.
Yes.
Porn use always escalates. What you're describing in the Ted Bundy case, that whole serial killer thing, which is I've heard that many times.
Yes.
That's an escalation, right? And so it may escalate into physical cheating. It may not, but it does always escalate into something else, whether that's the type of content they're watching, how frequently they're watching it, with whom they're
Correct.
watching it with, how the lengths that they're going to hide it. It always escalates into something else.
And to interrupt
I
you,
do have a
there is
quick
a
question.
reason he's
Good.
watching it. There is something that is inside of him that is empty that he is trying to fill. So he has still not recovered from whatever it is he's trying to fill that
Hold on.
void.
You don't know that. You don't know that, Molten. She
Well,
said he got help.
Oh, no, he's still watching porn, so he's still trying to
We
fill
don't.
that
No,
void.
no, no. we don't know that. She said he
He said-
hasn't, at least in a really
Oh, I
long
dig-
time.
I thought she
Yeah.
said he has just a little bit.
No, I didn't hear that. I don't know.
I don't know.
We're not
your
talking
name
to him
yet.
though. We're
I
talking to
don't
her.
know if he has. If he
I'm less
has, I think
concerned.
it's very rarely.
Yeah, I'm less concerned about speculating about what he may or may not be doing, but more, I'm curious, Allison, why are you okay with it, even if he was?
Why am I? Because it's not my eyes. I don't know how to describe why I don't care. It's just my mentality. I don't care if he watches it or not. Like, I don't. I think the comparison saying that,
I don't know.
you know, like I get the statistics. I just looked it up on my laptop. The statistics do back up that most serial killers have been porn addicts, but that doesn't mean that every serial killer or that every porn addict is a serial killer.
No.
So
Totally.
I just thought that was a weird comparison. But like I read romance novels for
All
sure.
right.
So there's spicy scenes. Is that considered porn and cheating?
I'm sorry. What did she say? My dogs are freaking out. I apologize.
I think it's categorically different. Here's the question that I would ask Allison, and I'm going to move on to some other guests. But what would you prefer? Would you prefer your partner, either this one or in a future partner? Would you prefer that they only have eyes for you, love, honor, cherish, protect you and only you, or would you prefer that they're having eyes for you as well as other strangers on the internet?
God darn it.
Sorry, I couldn't hear over the top.
I know. I'm moving into a different room. I apologize because.
All right, you're out.
This
You're out,
isn't-
Molten Gray. I don't like dogs in person, and that's enough dog for me. So,
I don't like
which would
dogs
you
either.
prefer? Would you prefer a partner who is striving to only have eyes for you, or to have eyes for you and many other women on the internet? What would be your preference?
I think that there's a gray area.
You
I don't
think there's a
that
gray
he's-
area?
Yes, I don't think that he is specifically looking at the women and is like, "Oh, I love these women that I'm watching." I think it's a visual stimulant to get aroused.
Got it. So,
But
okay.
I don't think he's like, "Yes, whatever this."
So you think it's great?
Let's say Crystal, for example, is her name, and he's like, "I love Crystal so much." Like that. That would be a problem. Clearly, that would be a problem. But I trust my partner
but to
that
look
he
at
wouldn't
them,
lie to me.
to look at them naked, having sex, and maybe masturbating to them is not a problem.
He's also doing it to the guy who's there too.
Yeah,
I don't-
exactly.
I
Whole
don't
other
care.
conversation.
I
Okay.
just genuinely don't care.
You don't care. All right. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye. W's in the chat for our guests. All right. Let me just set the record straight. I don't like dogs. No me gusta perros. No me gusta los perros. And it's not that I don't like all animals. I have a turtle, but I'm starting to not like Jeffrey so much lately because he poops all over the backyard. But no, I don't like dogs, especially when they bark and they like claw on me and they shed. Nah. No me gusta. What's my stance on if it's cheating or not? It's cheating. Hey there, what's going on?
Nothing much.
Are you 18 or over?
I'm 19.
19, okay. Is porn cheating?
It's an addiction, so I don't really know. Like, if my partner's doing it, yeah, I consider it cheating. But like, it's an addiction for other people, so I mean, I don't really like. I can't speak for other humans. I can only speak for me and my partner.
I'm not asking you to speak for anybody but yourself. Do you think porn is cheating?
No,
No? Okay. Got it. Do you watch pornography?
no.
No? Okay. Did you ever?
When I was a little kid, yeah.
When you're a little kid? And did you say you're 19?
Yes.
So now you're a grown-ass adult, huh?
I
You are.
wouldn't call myself a grown ass adult, but technically, I
Yeah,
mean,
technically. Yep. Are you gaming right now?
Yes, actually, yes.
What are you playing?
Arc Raiders is a new game my buddy introduced me to.
Oh, cool. So when did you stop watching porn?
Like 16.
16. Okay. And why did you do that?
I just found my partner. Just started doing stuff with her. Stopped watching the porn. Sexually active.
Okay. So you got a partner and you didn't think you needed to watch porn anymore.
Yep.
Okay. What about like if you were to not be in a relationship, do you think you would use pornography again or?
Probably not. I mean,
Why is that?
I've been fine without it. I've been fine without it, so I don't find no use with it no more.
Mm-hmm. Got it. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
You're welcome. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
MacNubs, haven't seen that name for a while. How are so many people okay with their partner lusting after other humans? That's what we're trying to figure out. How are so many people okay with that? Yeah, MacNubs, how's it going? Long time no see.
I know. Good. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. What's going on?
Just finished up doing some dishes.
Oh, great.
No, I actually just want to say something towards the last conversation that was going on. Obviously, you know that I've been through, a relationship in the past with somebody that was addicted to pornography. I've been long out of that relationship. I will say that yes, people can get, cured and actually find themselves. Like, you can't just look at every single human being that they're always going to do that. I just do on the side of caution for some young women, because I don't know how young, what'd she say? She was 24?
Mm-hmm.
Just be a little careful with it, because since, I, a few years ago when we met and everything like that, I found out that I had another ex who I did find out was addicted to pornography. He ended up doing some PEDO things like years after I left him. Like at 27 with a 13-year-old. So,
it's a problem.
Was arrested and everything. So, no bueno. I mean, if it's like a very bad addiction to like where it's all day, every day, and it's still like when you're in the room, that's a lot. That kind of says a lot about a person. I would just wanted to tell her, just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
She seemed very, maybe naive a bit. And
we're not here to talk about previous guests, okay?
But
so
I mean, well, I sent the request, but then I started doing dishes.
okay.
I was just gonna tell her that, but other than that, that's all I had to say. Just be a little bit wary. I mean, just
Yeah, got it. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yep.
All right, take care. Oh, W's in the chat for the guests. Jose, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, man?
Not much. Are you 18 or over?
Yeah, I'm 26.
All right. Is porn cheating?
I like to say yeah. I think porn is cheating. Well, there's this thing going on with me and my wife. When me and first we met each other, I was such a huge addict to porn. It was bad. It's just something I had to do like every day, maybe multiple times a day. So it was considered cheating, and we made our way around it. And it's just the lust that you have towards other women, seeing other women and stuff like that. Is why we came to an agreement is considered cheating.
Got it. Do you watch pornography?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
No, we came to an agreement. It's like we make our own little content, this and that. It's between me and her. So I was so addicted to it. So we came to an agreement. It's like we could do this instead of you watching that. We could do other stuff,
Mm-hmm. Okay. How has that been for you guys?
It's been a lot better. I'm not leaning towards all that anymore, and it's just it makes sure, I guess, our bond, it made it stronger between me and her.
Okay, and when did you guys make that decision?
Maybe 2 years into our marriage.
Okay. How often do you use that content?
Maybe like
Like the content that you make? Yeah.
Well, we're too busy doing our own thing that it's just, it takes your mind off of that. It's there, but your mindset's not there anymore. You build such a strong connection with your partner. It's just, you don't really look forward for that anymore.
So you're not even really drawn towards using it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, no.
Oh, interesting. Sweet. I hear kids in the car too. You guys must be busy.
Yeah, we're taking them to the park.
Nice.
They got their own headsets on and everything.
Is your wife there right now too?
No, she's at work.
Got it. Okay. All right, man.
All right, man.
Thanks for sharing. All right. Making their own content. Okay. I like the simplicity of the host. I'm a very simple person. Hey there, what's going on?
Hi, just working from home. How are you?
I'm doing good, thanks. Is porn cheating?
I think that it is.
Okay.
And the reason I feel like it is because with my husband, we had a situation recently where he told me that he quit, and we got a letter in the mail that he was downloading it illegally to hide it from me. And it literally
Wait. Hold on. You got a letter in the mail that's saying he was illegally downloading pornography?
Yes.
Who sent it?
Our internet provider.
Wow.
And it was him hiding it from me. And it was to the point where it literally broke me because I just found out I was pregnant.
Oh.
And it broke me to the point where like it felt like he physically did something because it was like hiding it. And then it made me think about like comparing myself to other people. And it's like, I've had a porn addiction before, but that's whenever I was like very young. So I understand it. And now that I'm more mature, like when I'm in a relationship, I don't feel the need to like I'm all about that person. I don't think, oh, I need this to get off. So that's why I believe it's cheating.
Got it.
Right.
How long ago did that happen?
This happened about 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, not that long ago.
Sorry that you went through that. That's hard.
Yeah, it's happened.
It happens, yeah. I'm so curious why they sent, like, what was he doing that they sent a letter? Because they won't just send a letter because someone goes to a porn site. There has to be something illegal or a takedown request or something.
Right. So I believe he told me, this is what he told me. So this is also like things I've never gotten like real closure on emotionally or like actually knowing. But from the letter, it looked like it was like basically them suing him for illegally downloading it. And I guess he told me he went on websites to download it. And like, I guess it was like you were supposed to pay for it, but he didn't pay for it.
Something isn't adding up here.
That's what I thought. That's why I was very confused. It got to the point where I told him I didn't want to even know anything further because it showed it showed the searches and it showed the website. So I could read everything. And it was like so many downloads, I couldn't even like read through them. And basically it got handled, like he got a lawyer and handled it. I asked him to not tell me anything further about it because it was just so triggering for me. It still is because I came across this live and it's like, I try not to think about it. And it's like, I know with porn addiction, especially if like he's went to certain extents to hide it, I feel like now you're just going to get better at hiding it, which is why it feels like cheating. It's like you're hiding something, you know?
Yeah, it sounds like it may just be like it was copywritten content, and that's why he got the takedown, not or the notice, not necessarily because it was pornography. And some people are saying you can't hear me very well. which some people say sometimes, but other people are going to tell me it's just fine. So tell me if you can't hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. So you found this out just a couple months ago, and then what? Have you are you doing anything about it, or?
To be honest, like it was a lot to take in because again, like I had just found out I was pregnant and I'm still pregnant and we just got married, so it's like obviously like nothing really I can do about it. I tried to like have conversations with him, and I've also like tried to just see on like Reddit, see if other people have felt the same feelings as me. But he says that it's more of like an insecurity, and that hurts because it's like, you know, obviously every person has insecurities, but like he said that it can be normal, or some people don't see it that way, and I'm taking it personally, but like I don't see any other way to see it because I could be doing the same thing, but I don't feel the need to because I have him, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is this your first baby together?
No, I've been in a previous relationship, so this will be my second child.
Got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like there's unresolved stuff here going on with you guys as a result of this.
Right. Yeah. Like I told him I was watching this live, and I was like, I think we should have a conversation because I definitely want to get some closure about it and like also understand his perspective of like, you know, feel the need to lust. He said it's not lusting, but I think it's literally the definition of lusting. So that's also something to come to a conclusion about.
Is he there right now? Is he listening?
No, he's gone right now. He had like just left.
Got it. Well, the thing is, you've been betrayed, right? So you're experiencing partner betrayal trauma, the trauma that someone experiences when they discover that a betrayal has occurred.
Right.
Okay. And you're pregnant, which adds to it because your number one thing right now, I'm assuming, is having a healthy baby, right?
Exactly.
So your body's doing everything it can to focus on the baby, and while also saying, you know, probably maybe subconsciously, like, okay, I can't deal with this right now. It's going to be too much. I gotta make it human.
Right.
Well, there's a saying I say: behind every man struggling with pornography is a story that's dying to be told. Meaning, we don't just wake up one day and decide, today's the day I'm going to go watch pornography and hide it from my partner. It typically starts somewhere, rooted in some sort of childhood trauma or experience, to where we find pornography, we get hooked on it, we get addicted to it, and then we find ourselves hiding it from our partner. And it can be very shameful, right? And even then, you guys got a letter in the mail from your internet company talking about it, like bringing this out, exposing it, and you guys essentially haven't talked about it, right?
Well, the thing was, it was exposed. Like he told me probably back in like June, no, way earlier, sometime like at the beginning of this year, about how he was struggling with it. But I think I messed up because at the beginning of the relationship, I was not like fully honest about my views on it, you know?
And what are your views on it?
My views was that I was going to feel like it was a betrayal to me, like to be watching it. And
so you knew that he was doing it or had struggled with it, and it sounded like he was wanting to stop, and you didn't clearly communicate what your position was.
Yeah, like I kind of messed up because at the beginning of our relationship, like he was introducing it to our bedroom, so that made it like I was uncomfortable, but I played like I was comfortable with it, which is why I messed up. I should have been honest about how I felt about it. And then it took like months for me to finally be honest about how that situation honestly like made me feel internally.
Yeah.
And then that's whenever I guess he started hiding it. And then he opened up and told me, okay, I relapsed. And then he had one therapy session and he never went back. And then he told me he quit. And then we got the letter in the mail that exposed him again. So now it's like, I told him to not even talk to me about it, which is, I feel bad as a partner, but at the same time, I need like to keep my peace. But now I feel like he's just gonna get better at hiding it. Not that I'm looking for it. I don't look for it. It just like comes out. So it's like.
Well, totally. And the betrayed partner is usually not equipped to be able to walk somebody who's addicted. I don't know if he is or not, but to walk them through that, to heal. Right?
Right.
That's not your job. He had one therapy session.
Yeah. And he told me, well, that's the thing, because he feels like he should be able to come to me to talk about it. But it gets to a point to me where I feel like the things that I've gone through with my life, with my past addictions, like I've just did what I had to do, you know, and I didn't depend on someone else to like walk me through it. So now I feel like a bad person for not walking them through it, but
Well,
I don't know how.
Have you ever walked somebody through healing from a pornography addiction?
Yeah, myself. I had a porn addiction when I was younger.
Have you
but
ever walked
I
a
don't know
man
how
through it?
It was kind of like once I got into my first serious relationship, I didn't feel the need to watch it.
Yeah. So what's going to happen 6 months from now? A year from now?
I don't know. I think obviously something has to happen. This is obviously, I mean, your live brought me in, like it popped to my For You page and it triggered me. So obviously something has to happen, you know?
What needs to happen?
Definitely closure on my end of how I feel about it, seeing where he is. That's where I'm lost. I don't think there's anywhere to like further for me to like talk about it, because if I keep talking about it with him, it's gonna seem like I'm almost hindering, like, you know. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, look, you need to talk about it. He needs to talk about it. If you guys want to experience healing in your relationship and individually. All right.
Right.
There's a great book I recommend called The Betrayal Bind by Michelle Mays that helps women, or betrayed partners, women in this case, heal through betrayal trauma. It's a really good book. And this book, Unwanted, is a really good book for helping anybody, but men in particular, healing through unwanted sexual behavior. And I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are going through this porn addiction or some sort of unwanted sexual behavior, as well as women going through betrayal trauma. And if you're interested in that, you can go to the link in my bio. But regardless of whether you schedule a call with me to talk about it, there are places where you can find help, and healing happens in community. Healing happens in community. Why is that? Well, because there's a shame component to it. So when we carry shame around, well, you're carrying shame around. I just saw a thing I have highlighted in this book. Carried shame is something that partners of addicts carry. And this person says, you cannot heal carried shame because it does not belong to you. The only thing you can do with carried shame is to give it back. So you give back carried shame by releasing yourself from the burden of carrying it and expect your partners to become accountable for their actions and behaviors. So you got to give that back, right? Similarly, like I said, most men who are struggling with pornography, there's a story dying to be told. A story dying to be told, and there's usually shame involved in that story. And shame festers in the darkness, but it can't stand being spoken to the light. When we name the shame, when we externalize it, when we get it out of our bodies, especially in community, that's when healing can occur. So you're pregnant. You got a real important job right now. And my experience of what you're talking about is, hey, I'm just going to put my head in the sand and kick this can down the road, which is what she talks about as a very common response for betrayed partners. But my question for you is, where's that going to go?
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound like it goes anywhere good.
It doesn't. Nope. It absolutely doesn't. It's not going to solve itself. There's a huge fracture in the relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well,
Thanks for bringing me on. I'm definitely gonna look into those books and look into your bring this up to my husband and everything like that.
yeah, check it out. Again, go to the link in my bio if you want to chat more. You can schedule a call with me. I got the books linked in my resources. And if I could be of help, I'd be happy to.
All right, will do. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for chatting. Bye-bye. W's in the chat for all our guests. Somebody said, what if libidos don't match? Welcome to every relationship ever. Everyone, ever. Dr. David Schnarch talks about this. there's never been a relationship in the history of people where libidos weren't perfectly matched, and that makes you normal. The question is, what do you do with that? Do you talk about it, or do you go masturbate while watching strangers have sex? Coach, do you have a story of your own? Yeah, of course I do. I was addicted to pornography for about 20 years, from about age 11 or 12 when I was first exposed, until about 32 when my life fell apart. My pornography use escalated into physically cheating. Pornography use always escalates. For some people, it escalates into physical cheating. It did for me. And when I was married, I'm still married to the same woman for almost 15 years now. And we've been able to restore our marriage back into something beautiful that I never thought could happen, especially given my pornography use and infidelity. And that was about 8 years ago. And it's been an incredible journey to walk through this with her, to both do my own healing, for her to do her healing, and us to do our healing. But it is absolutely possible. It is absolutely possible to heal through this both individually and as a couple, and it takes a lot of work. A lot of work. Libido is a term for sex drive. That's basically what that means. So what I was unaware of in my life was the trauma that I experienced when I was younger. And what I realized is that I was using pornography to medicate the pain going on in my heart, particularly the death of my mother when I was 5 years old, that I pretty much ignored that happened and had an effect on me. And a few years later, I find pornography, and that felt good. That made the pain go away, or so I thought, but it was really just masking this massive wound that I was carrying around. And so what I would have thought, oh, I'm so sexual, I just need porn, I need a release. No, that's, for me, bullshit. I was using pornography as a tool to medicate pain. And until I was able to dig down beneath the surface and unpack the impact of the trauma that I experienced, among other things, that's when I could actually heal through it. And so there's nothing I could want less in life than pornography. So, and now I help other people do this as well, to be free from pornography. By the way, I'm a coach. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching, both for men who are looking to break free from unwanted sexual behavior, as well as women who are going through betrayal trauma. Did I turn to God? I believe in Jesus. And yes, my faith is a component of my whole story. I believe redemption is possible. And following the teachings of Jesus is something that I believe has been instrumental in my life. How did she forgive me? Well, forgiveness is a continual act. Forgiveness is a continual act. And you can't forgive what you don't know. You can't forgive what you don't know. And so, like a previous guest, she's doing, and I said this to her, I don't like talking about previous guests, but I can't remember the exact phrase Michelle Mays used in the Betrayal Bind, but she talks about just putting your head in the sand, right? It's like, if I just put my head in the sand, I can't know anything else. But the problem with that is you also can't move forward. So if I was working with a couple like that, it's like, we got to get everything out on the table, everything. And then we can engage in a forgiveness process. In order to forgive, you first got to feel all the anger.
He's accepted it.
Usually there's a bunch of anger that you got to work through and then enter into forgiveness. Hey there, what's going on?
Hello.
Are you 18 or
Can you
over?
hear me? I'm 27.
Okay, yes, I can hear you. Is porn cheating?
No.
No, it's not. Okay, why is that?
I think porn is a means to an end, and it's a very quick means to an end. It's not emotional. It's just content.
What's the end?
The end is orgasm.
Orgasm. Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not emotional. It's not that deep. You know, my guy will go for a shower and I will use my sex toys and I'll get off. I'm not cheating on him. I'm just having a moment to myself. It's not that deep.
Are you using pornography when you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Why do you do that if he's right there.
No, he's not right there. He's in the shower.
Well, okay. Right there in the shower. Sorry, that's what I meant.
He's in the shower.
It's like he's not in another I get it. You're presumably in the bedroom. He's in
Okay,
the
all
shower.
right, put it this way. I'm downstairs. He's in the shower. I have a few minutes to myself, and I think, oh, I'm going to use my toy. I'm going to watch some porn. It's not that deep. I'm not cheating on him. I'm just watching some porn.
Got it. Why do you do that though? Put the whether it's cheating aside. Why do you do that? If your partner's right there, and you're sounding like wanting a
Because-
sexual experience, and he's
Because
already
we have 3
halfway
kids
there.
and he's tired.
Okay, because you have 3 kids and he's tired.
Yeah.
Got it. So
I don't see the cheating element as you guys seem to.
okay.
It's not cheating, it is fantasy. It's not even fantasy, it's just content. It helps me reach the climax that I want, and I can chill out afterwards. It's just a relief. It's
it.
not that deep. So I don't know
So
where this
do you guys ever have intercourse together?
Yeah, every day.
Okay. Why do you do that? If there's really nothing to that, if it's just the end is to orgasm and you seem to have no problem doing that with pornography or a toy, why even have sex?
So we have sex because it's, we've been together since we were in high school. We're high school sweethearts, But if I'm not there and he wants to jack off and watch porn, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not there. If he goes for a shower and he's away for an hour, I don't care. It makes no difference to me. I'm not insecure.
Got it.
That's up to him, and that's up to me. It just isn't cheating to me.
Got it.
Cheating is him going to another woman and doing physical, intimate things with another woman physically. Not porn. Porn is just porn.
Got it. What if you were to request pictures or videos from another woman?
Well, that's different. That is more intimate, but that isn't porn.
That's
Well,
exactly
it
what
is
porn
porn.
is. Porn is
It probably
literally
is porn. It
porn is
probably is
literally porn is literally the act of requesting pictures or videos of another
I
person.
understand that, but what if it isn't that? I'm on about, porn sites. I'm
what?
on about RedTube, Pornhub. I'm on about that stuff.
You're
X
on about? What are
videos.
you saying?
Sorry, I'm on about porn sites.
What does that mean? What does on about mean? Sorry, I don't know.
Sorry,
that
I'm
phrase.
I'm from England.
I
I'm
got
sorry.
it. I know. I just don't know the phrase. You're
Alright,
you're
so-
referring to those. You're talking about those.
Right. What I'm saying is, if my man is going on the internet, and if he is searching a porn website and watching videos, I do not view that as cheating. To request images and content from a woman intimately, yes, that is cheating. But
Do you know
not
what Do you know what the actual technical term is when you click on a link on a website or tap on a link?
Go on.
It's called a request.
What if it's like a 5-year-old
that-
porn video?
That's the literal term. Is you're requesting
But
it.
what if it's like 5 years old?
Why does that matter?
It doesn't matter because it's not intimate. They have no idea who he is.
Then that's part
He's
of the
just
problem.
a viewer.
But why?
But I watch porn.
I get that you have no issue with that. I got that. I'm not gonna try to change your mind. I'm genuinely curious. Like, where's the line
I
for
appreciate
you?
that.
Yeah, where's the
line
line
for
for you?
me-
Like, what makes sex special, or is sex special? Is it sacred?
It is sacred because it's just me and him. When it's me and him, it's me and him. I mean, to watch porn for me is when he goes for a shower and I just he goes for a shower. I have a minute to myself and I think, oh, I have a minute. I'll masturbate. It's not that deep. It is not that deep. Like, it is not cheating, and I wouldn't crucify him for the same thing. It's not that it's not that, what? Sorry, my partner is looking at me like he's
Does he watch
stressed right
porn?
now. Yeah, he does.
How often? What's up, man? How's it going? What kind of porn do you watch?
What kind?
So you like porn too?
Yeah.
Yeah. How often do you watch it?
Maybe a couple of times a week.
A couple times a week. Why do you do that? I'm curious.
I mean, like she said, it's just like it's a separate release thing that you can just do on your own in your own time. It's not. Sex is a much more intimate, like personal connection kind of thing, whereas that's just like a separate thing or time by yourself.
Got it. Well, how old were you when you started watching porn?
Probably too young.
Why is
But
that?
I grew up in the age where there was no filters on the internet.
How old are you?
29.
Yeah, got it. So how old were you when you first started watching it?
13.
13?
Yep.
And why did you, like, how were you first exposed to it?
Friends show you things, that kind of thing. Same way most people watch it the first time.
Got it. Got it. And so you watch it a few times a week currently?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Depends on the week.
Is it cheating though? Well,
No.
How many women do you think you've masturbated to?
Don't know.
Hundreds.
Yeah, quite.
Hundreds.
Hundreds?
Possibly. Over the years.
Since
Me
you've
too,
been,
though.
yeah. So you masturbated to at least hundreds of women, like since you've been married or just ever?
Like since ever.
Ever. Got it. Got it.
But we're not insecure. That means nothing. That is so small in what our relationship is. Like,
There is also a massive cultural difference between.
yeah, also we're English. So European, as you guys like to say. You know, we're pretty free with this stuff, so
What do you think the cultural differences are?
I don't know. I think that in the US it's a lot more stringent. I think you guys are a lot more, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Religion is a much bigger thing, yeah. And in the UK particularly, you don't really see it anymore. Like, most of us are atheists. It's not about, you know, God or, you know, saving yourself for marriage here. It is not like that at all. But yeah. Bottom
Got it.
line, it's just porn. Porn is such a non-thing for us. It just doesn't mean anything. So, like, I came across this tonight and it said, "Is porn cheating?" And I was like, no, it's not cheating. And a lot
So
of people are very
guys
angry.
you said you guys have children, right?
We are free.
3. Are you gonna, like, will there be an age when you start? Well, what are you gonna teach them about pornography?
Oh, well,
Avoid it until a lot older than us.
yeah, hopefully.
Okay, but why? Look, your answer there says everything. Both of you are like, ooh, and let's wait till
Because
they're a
of
lot
the-
older. Why is that?
Because of the unrealistic standards that come along with watching porn.
And why is that a
That's the
problem
main
for
reason.
your kids but not for you?
It was a problem for me when I was 13 years old, but as an adult now, when I'm perfectly of age to access that kind of thing, and I have the mental maturity to understand that there is a disconnect between something I'm viewing online and something that is a real life scenario that would happen.
Yeah, and that's actually been proven not to be true in the research against pornography, is that your brain
Go on.
kind of can't tell.
What is
Can't
the
tell the
research?
difference.
I mean,
Oh, there's tons
I
of
can tell a
research.
lot
Have you
better
read
now.
Have you read any research on pornography?
No.
Okay. Well, might be rudely awakened if you start reading about it.
I doubt it.
Okay.
No, tell me.
Well, one, it literally
These
alters
people are
your
illiterate.
brain chemistry. What's that?
Okay. Sorry, I was
It-
just reading the comments. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. It alters your brain chemistry, so it jacks up the prefrontal cortex. I'm not a neuroscientist, but there's a lot of books on this. It jacks up the prefrontal cortex, which is kind of like your brain CEO, which is kind of how you make decisions. And they've actually done studies on a porn addict brain and a coke addict brain and found that there's basically no difference in them.
Jesus, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and there's a few books. One of my favorite recent books is Mind Over Explicit Matter by Dr. Trish Lee. Well, she talks about this. And she kind of literally, no offense to you guys, but talks about people like you who kind of have this opinion of it's like, oh, it's not a problem, doesn't affect me. Maybe it affects some people, but not me. And what we know is that's just not true. It's like an alcoholic is completely unaware. I'm not saying you guys are addicted, by the way. But
No,
you're
it's fine.
just completely unaware until you have an awareness that it could be problematic, right? So,
Yeah.
but there's a lot. Gary Wilson wrote a book called Your Brain on Porn that goes into all the brain science about it. Dopamine Nation talks about it, and also, it's not real intimacy like you guys have described here. It's not real.
How do you
It's
mean?
fake. It's synthetic. Well, here's
fake?
here's.
The porn.
You're not actually having an intimate encounter with somebody when you're watching pornography.
Of course
So-
not. Yeah, we don't
so-
expect that.
Right. So then again, the question is why?
He's so disrespectful and ignorant. How? How?
Well,
am
why
I
do you think people are giving you that feedback that you're disrespectful and arrogant?
Right. Put it this way, right? I am in a 14-year relationship with the love of my life who I met in high school. We have 3 kids together. We trust each other. I watch porn when he's not around. He watches porn when I'm not around. Together, we have sexual intercourse. There is no insecurity. I don't care what he watches. He doesn't care what I watch. I like
Do
to be
you
alone
okay, hold
sometimes.
on that. Is there anything you would care that your partner's watching? Is there anything you would care about that he's watching?
No, I do
No.
not care.
Okay.
Obviously,
Could we
I
could
don't
we
want him
test
to
that?
watch
Could we
horrible
test that
shit.
theory? Could we test
Yeah,
that theory
sure.
that you don't care what he would watch?
Yes.
Okay.
Go for
I
it.
bet you do. And if you don't, that's a whole nother conversation.
Just hear me out. If it's like something really awful, like I'm obviously not.
Okay, so you do care what he watches.
No. I mean like we have 3 kids. So if he's I'm on about illegal shit, criminal shit.
Okay, well, you said you wouldn't care about anything.
No.
So now
right,
you're changing it.
Listen, I'm not changing
I
it
am
at all.
listening.
I mean, I'm not okay with fucking child pornography and shit like that.
Okay. Well, that's-
Obviously.
That wasn't obvious based on what you said. So thank you
It's
for
pretty
clarifying.
obvious. That is pretty
It wasn't
obvious.
to me. What about pornography that is violent or physically aggressive? Would you care if he watches that?
No.
Okay. Are you aware that 9 out of 10 porn scenes depict acts of physical aggression and violence?
This is awkward because my favorite, my partner's telling me not to talk. I prefer rough scenes.
Okay.
That is
Why
just
is-
me. That is
why
my
is that?
preference. It's just I just enjoy it.
Got it. Okay.
I'm not trying to sound horrible. I like rough porn, and a lot of women like rough porn and won't admit it. And that's fine. That's up to them. But when I'm watching, my preference of porn, we're watching actors. It's a scene. It's not. It's not that deep.
It actually, I mean, it's more than just actors performing in a scene. Like, and I guess that just goes down to your view on sex and whether it's sacred or not. But all right, well, thanks for sharing, guys.
Oh,
Read a book.
Thank you.
Read that book, The Porn Myth,
No,
if
I'm
you're
good.
interested in actually. Yeah, okay.
Thanks for
Okay.
having me.
All right, take care.
You too.
W's in the chat for all of our guests. This book is good. You know, there was a time when I would just sit here and read this book on TikTok. And maybe I'll do that again. It's a fascinating book. I'll be right back. I gotta do something. All right. How did we end up here? Hey there, what's going on?
Hi, are you alright?
Am I all right?
Yeah, you?
Oh, yeah, I'm all right. Are you all right?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Are you 18 or over?
Yes.
All right. Is porn cheating?
Yes, to me.
Okay. Why is that?
So I've been in a relationship for 13 years with the same person. I've met them at 16. To me, it's cheating because, one, it's a false advertisement of how he sees how he would like his relationship to be. And also, if he wanted to do that sort of scenery with someone, he could do that happily with me. I think the way that porn is, it shows that he's more interested in what other women are doing by what he's watching rather than what he could be doing with his own missus at the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's. I wouldn't say it's like. It's to the stage where, like, for example, if I came in and he was watching porn, straight away I'd be like, no, thank you. You're not doing that. You have a missus. I have kids myself. I'm from England. There's nothing different about where you're from and where I'm from. I won't want my kids to be brought up thinking that's normal behaviour when it's not. I won't want them to understand that there's another lifestyle out there that people are trying to falsely advertise for my children to think that's normal. Is looking at random nudes cheating? Yes, 100%. I 100% agree with that. I'm sorry, I seen a comment then. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. So you've been married for 13 years? Is that what I heard?
I've been engaged for 13 years, so I've been with him altogether for 13.
You've been together for 13 total.
13,
How long,
yeah, I've been
how long have you
engaged
been
for
engaged?
7.
What's the plan there?
Well, I've kind of put my all in my children. If I'm honest, I've made sure that they've had everything rather than myself, if that makes sense.
Is he the children's father?
Yeah.
So, wait, you haven't gotten married for the sake of your children, and your children are with him?
Yeah, so it's not a case of I don't want to get married. It's more financially and the goals that I want to fulfill for my children beforehand, if that makes sense.
Got it. Do you guys live together?
No.
Got it. How many kids do you have?
2.
So you have 2 kids with him. You've been together 13 years, engaged for 7.
Yeah.
And the reason you're not getting married is because you're wanting to fulfill some goals for your children. And if I read into that, independent of what your fiance wants before you get married, or are you guys joined on those goals?
So without going into certain details, one of my children is ADHD and autistic. So I've kind of put my all into that child, and my other child having an, as they call it, a normal life. Not that that's with the little thingies at the side, but yeah, I would rather him put my all in him first and put in a wedding in front of his needs, if that makes sense.
Got it.
So there's nothing against being married. It's just all of it. My thoughts are into that child and my other child at the moment.
Got it. Yeah, no, and well, I'll get back to the porn thing here in a second.
Yes.
But I'm just curious, like, I don't know what your beliefs are, but like, if you had a 2-parent household where you guys are married and living together, wouldn't you guys like be able to pour into your kids as a unified front in a different way than as a single parent you may not be able to?
So their father is really supportive. He's there all the time. He has these conversations and he's always with the meetings and stuff. If there's anything within school or whatever. So we are very good with that. Me personally, I feel like, and this is no disrespect to anybody because I have been a single parent as well for the past 4 years. Like, he works away, so that's how I feel, if that makes sense. That as a single parent or a single household, children can find a lot on the internet in their own needs. So if you are in a married relationship and you are allowing yourself to find that sort of world out there, and your children have that sort of need, they're going to find it themselves, if that makes sense.
What pornography? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so if they basically have like if they have access to the internet,
Yeah, no, I got that. Yeah, okay.
then they can, no matter what age, they're going to be able to at some point find that sort of like everyone's different. Every relationship, every household, every human is different. We all
Yeah.
have our own different views. It could take one child to tell my child what porn is, and then he could go on his own internet and find it himself. To me, that would be a disrespect of how, don't matter how old he is. I'd still have a conversation with him about it. Like, I have 2 sons, you see. But as a female in a relationship, to me, it is cheating. I think it's about insecurities, and I also think it's about false advertisement and false promises from the male's perspective.
Yeah.
So, for example, yes, I'm insecure in myself. I'll admit that. But it's not what he's watching. It's what he's thinking that's real. And
So
where's
does
he gonna
your
get that
does your
from?
partner watch pornography?
Yeah, quite a lot. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Is that why you guys aren't married, or?
No. He works away a lot, you see. He does, I don't know if you know what tarmacking is, he does all of that sort of stuff, so he's never really around. But whether he's around or not, if I had caught him or found it in his browser or anything, I wouldn't be happy, I'm not gonna lie. And it's not just about me, I just think it's
Yeah,
showing
I got
there's
that.
a different lifestyle out there.
Yeah.
that
So
doesn't
do
need to be-
you guys have like an agreement about pornography and what's
Yeah.
acceptable?
Yes, we
What's
do, yeah.
the agreement?
If there's anything, so I don't know if anyone else knows anything like this or has anything like this. Obviously, like I say, everyone's different. If he wants to try something different, he needs to then explain to me that that's what he wants to do. I'm happy to try anything that makes him happy. If he wants to try something completely different, I'm happy with doing that.
Anything?
Not anything. No, there's limits for me. Let me just put that straight, because that lady before didn't very make that clear.
Okay.
There is limits with me. Let me tell you.
Be careful of fixed language. Always, never,
I know, I'm
anything,
joking.
nothing.
But I think us females, and I'm going to say this, are quite more emotional than males, and I think we in relationships are emotionally attached a lot more than males are. So when a male is watching pornography, for example, I think a female isn't insecure in herself, but can feel a bit insecure in that moment, because that woman that he's watching could be completely different to you. She could be a different race, she could be a different type, she could have curly hair, she could have blue eyes. But what you, in your mind, you will think to yourself, and this is from experience, why is he watching someone that's completely different to me? It's not a insecurity like, oh, I'm big, oh, I'm small. It's, why are you watching someone different? Why do you need to watch that woman do it when you can watch me do it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
So I think the porn world is completely different to what people make. I think everyone's different. Everyone has their own different opinions and stuff, and I'm going to keep saying that. But for me, yes, it is cheating, and yes, we have boundaries in place. And if it comes up in my children's life, then yes, well, I'll have that conversation.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for sharing. All
Thank you.
right. Bye-bye. W's in the chat for our guest. Tim, what's up, man? See you there. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. If you like my content, if not, follow me anyways. Come back and argue with the people in my comments. Do I think it's cheating? I think that if you're in a committed monogamous relationship with another person and you've said something like, I love you, only you, mind, body, and soul, till death do us part. If you deviate from that agreement, whether it's with a person on a screen or otherwise, I think you've gone against the agreement and you've therefore cheated. It's my opinion. What do you think? Hey there, what's going on?
I don't think it's cheating.
You don't think it's cheating? All right, are you 18 or over?
No. Yeah, I'm 39.
Okay.
And
80s
I've been
kid.
with my-
Love that.
I'm an 80s kid, and I've been with my husband since 2005.
Okay.
And we entered the porn age. What's the I don't see what the problem with it is.
Okay. Got it. Do you watch pornography?
Yes.
Okay. How often?
And I'm a mom, and I believe in Jesus, and I'm a Christian.
Oh, okay. You're a mom, you believe in Jesus, and you're a Christian. Got it.
Yep.
What do you think Jesus would say about pornography?
If it's consenting adults enjoying each other with a video camera, what's the problem with it?
Got it. You think that's what Jesus would say about pornography?
I don't think that's what Jesus would say about pornography. I think
Okay. What do you think? You said you're Christian and that you follow Jesus.
I am Christian.
Okay.
I believe in a higher power. I believe
So
that
what would the Christian orientation be, or Jesus's view on pornography?
I don't honestly. I don't know.
Okay.
Because
Could I maybe reference a verse that would indicate what he
you
would say?
can, but
Okay.
I want to be honest with you.
Mhm.
I am. Go ahead. Reference your.
Well,
verse.
You what? It sounds like you
Nothing,
don't.
Go ahead. Reference
well,
your verse.
It sounds like you. It sounds like you don't care what new information you might hear, but I'll tell you
No.
anyways.
I know Jesus would be completely against porn and the things that are happening today.
All right. Well,
live in a
in
godless
Matthew 5, 27 and 28, Jesus said, "You might have heard it said, 'Do not commit adultery.'" That's what the Old Testament says. Don't commit adultery. Don't have
Yes.
sex with a woman that's not your wife. But Jesus had this way of masterfully kind of upping the bar. Jesus said, "But what I say to you is, if you even look at a woman with lustful intent, you've committed adultery with her in your heart."
Do you follow every beatitude?
Do I follow every beatitude? What do you mean by that?
Like every beatitude or anything that's the deadly sins, the commandments, you follow everyone. Did you wait until your wedding night to consummate marriage?
Are you asking me if I'm perfect, if I am without sin?
None
The
of us
answer
are
is
perfect.
no.
None of us follow.
What does that
none
have to
of us.
do with Jesus's
Because
view
the
on
chat-
adultery?
I completely agree with you about Jesus' view on adultery, but that's not the point of the conversation. Is porn cheating? No. Why is it cheating?
Okay. Well, you're the one that brought up Christianity and Jesus.
Because I was talking in the chat earlier, somebody looked at my For You page and seen that I'm a Christian and that I have a lot of Jesus content. So that's why I said something.
Got it. What does that mean to you? Like, what does it mean to you to be a Christian?
I'm not sure if I am a Christian anymore.
Like as of
I think
5
I'm
seconds
more
ago?
I think I'm more Gnostic now than I was maybe a month ago, but
Well, a minute ago you said you were a Christian and you followed Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not anymore?
No.
Okay.
I believe in a higher power. I believe in something greater than us.
Got it.
I don't
Okay.
believe that we have to follow a book to live our lives and be happy though.
Got it. Okay. All right. So you're not a Christian.
No, maybe I'm not.
Okay. Got it. All right. So without having a faith worldview, do you think porn is cheating?
No.
Okay.
I don't. Period. I don't
All right.
think porn is cheating.
Okay. And you're married.
Yes.
Do you and your husband watch pornography?
Yes.
Okay. Got it. Why do you do that?
For me, it's just something exciting.
It's exciting. Okay.
Just something exciting. Something to get the dopamine flowing and the excitement rolling for my
Thank you,
husband
Simone.
Logan.
Appreciate that. Or Simon, I'm sorry. Glad to hear that, man. Thanks for reporting back. All right, sorry, what did you say again?
To
yes?
get the dopamine flowing and to get myself ready for my husband later.
Got it. So you use pornography to get the dopamine flowing and to get yourself ready for your husband later.
Exactly. To get ideas of things I want to introduce into the bedroom, stuff like that.
Got it. Okay.
Maybe some days it's just because I'm bored.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can I ask you a question that might be a little weird? Have you been drinking today?
No.
Okay. You've been taking anything else or?
No.
Okay. All right. Just curious. All right. So you take it to get ready for your husband, get the dopamine going. And does he use pornography as well?
Yeah.
Okay. How often do you use it?
Me, personally, not as often as he does, probably.
Okay. How often do you use it and how often does he use it?
For me, maybe once a week. For him, maybe once or twice a week, probably.
Maybe probably once or twice a week. So you really don't know?
I mean, I don't check his phone. I trust him more than that.
Got it. Okay. There's a bug flying around here. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Sure.
All right. Bye-bye. Didn't get it. W's in the chat for every single one of our guests. Everyone. We're W in every guest. If you're a guest, you'll get a W. I love the W's. Do people even say that anymore? W's in the chat? Simon, you here, man? What did we talk about? Yeah, Christian, then not Christian. Did I just deconvert somebody? Hey there, what's going on?
Hi. So, first of all, hello everyone in the chat.
Are you 18 or over?
Yes. I'm 23.
Okay. W means win, like win, or L means loss, or like we don't like what the person said or whatever. Okay, all right. Is porn cheating?
Yes, it is, in my opinion.
Okay.
I just wanted to give a little bit of probably another perspective of someone who's a little bit younger. I'm 23. I just had a relationship broken up with 2 days ago. I'm fine, totally fine. Don't want to talk about it. But my ex,
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it. He was completely addicted to porn when we met. And I myself, I used to watch porn before I met him. You know what I mean? And then it came to a point where I always had this idea in my mind where it was just like, whenever I start dating someone, I will stop watching porn because I'm like, I don't know, in a way, I am saving myself and my mental, libido or something for the person that I'm dating at the moment. And at first, I thought he would follow those same circumstances, but I figured out, I found out that he didn't, right? And that made me really upset because, first of all, I have I struggle a lot with my body image and everything. And people might say, oh, but that's just because you're insecure. Yes, I am insecure. We're all human. We all have our insecurities, and that's totally fine as long as we work on them. And the thing is, I talked to him about it, and then he stopped. And I noticed that when we got intimate together, that things got way better. Like the intimacy got way better, communication got way better. But he had some really high expectations from me, things and fetishes to do in bed that I couldn't do myself, right? And then I started to, get a little bit suspicious, and I checked his phone, and I saw that he was watching, once again, porn. And it was a little bit of a, fetishes that really didn't fit me, didn't fit what I stand for. Nothing illegal, it's just like something that's not for me whatsoever. And so I forgave him the first time. The second time that happened, it was just more me worried about him because I have read about the impact of porn in the brain and everything. And he had a really difficult time just like opening up and having intimacy with me. And I didn't know why. I always thought I was a problem. It was me. But no, like he was just so consumed by porn. And he told me one day when we were having like a vent about it, like he was venting about it, he told me, oh, this is just like the way I regulate myself through my emotions. And that just made me even more concerned. And I told him, babe, you are regulating yourself through like with something that is unhealthy for your body, for our relationship. And for me, like, you know, I feel insecure about this. And I would not want, for example, my future kids or any of my family, my cousins, I have like little cousins, I wouldn't want them to watch porn. I would want them to be educated in sex mostly, but not at all like through pornography, because that put a lot of expectations on my previous relationship, let's say, that I couldn't meet because I didn't feel comfortable, and it generated, you know, rolling insecurity, just a snowball of things that we were trying to solve. And I just didn't feel comfortable at all with the person that I was with. It felt like he was just cheating on me and making me feel bad, like completely preferring someone on the screen than someone real like me, like completely at his disposal, like trying new things and being happy together. And that, for me as a young person, it really, and like till this day, it really affected my self-image, how I see myself and how I see intimacy with a partner now and in the future. And it is something that I have to deconstruct. And why I think it's cheating, it's because you're not only, quote unquote, as he said, regulating yourself. It's not just something that's, oh, I'm just like, as the previous person said, oh, I'm getting ready for my husband later. Like, it's something that really messes up with somebody's body image, especially when you're young and trying to figure out what you want, what you don't want, what you like, who you are as a person, the values that you stand for. And specifically, like, when he would watch rough, and when I say rough, like, I mean, you know, rough porn, I am not comfortable at all with that. And he would ask me to do that, and I can't perform that, and I will not appease or try to perform that because he just like wants to cover a fantasy that he found out on a website. And that is part of the reason why we broke up, because he wanted, like, I really fought so hard for him to find healthy coping mechanisms. I really fought so hard to be happy with
man,
him.
hey, so I'm totally tracking with you.
Yeah.
You've been talking for 6 minutes straight, and I'm it's all right. I'm tracking with you. But what's the essence of what you're wanting to share here? Or do you have a question, or do you just want to come and share your experience? Or
I just wanted to say that porn lately, specifically as I have conversations with my friends my age and everything, it probably doesn't affect people that are a little bit older, but it totally affects, and it is considered cheating by many people my age. And that's something we should consider. That is the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah, well, and it does affect people no matter what the age, young people, old people, and everybody has different views on it, no matter what type of relationship you're in. And the thing I'm hearing from you the most is you felt betrayed. You said something and it continued, and that was really devastating for you.
Yeah.
MJ, I do want to bring you on. Do you want to request again, MJ? I don't see you in the queue anymore.
Thank you very much for letting me speak. Have a good one.
Thanks for sharing. You too. Bye-bye. MJ, are you still here? Yeah, go ahead and request MJ. Hey there, what's going on?
Hello. Hey.
Is porn
So,
cheating?
so I have a little different point of view. So, I don't know if I can say all this, but I'm a cam girl. So, if you guys are familiar with what that consists of, I have a very I'd say more personal relationship to people who use porn. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so cam girl, that is pornography, right? It's like interactive pornography.
Yeah, it's solo, it's interactive. There is no like meeting up or anything, no physical stuff, but I'd say it's my conclusion is I can't date anybody who is talking to cam girls, who is, so far down in a porn rabbit hole. In my opinion, for
All right,
me,
hold on. So you're a cam girl.
yeah,
You're producing pornography for people to consume,
yes.
and you wouldn't date somebody who consumes cam girl pornography.
Yeah, that might just be a personal thing because I know how deep that can go from these people's end because they start to share stuff about their life, their relationships, basically like as if we're there in person, I
So why
know
do you
so
why
much
do you do it
about all
then?
these
If you
people.
if you wouldn't date somebody who consumes the type of
Oh,
content
no,
you're
no, no,
making.
I would, but just like porn, I don't believe is cheating, but
Wait,
in that
hold on,
sense,
hold on. I heard you say you wouldn't. Now you're saying you would?
I mean in terms of where it goes down to this rabbit hole, where
Of
it
what?
goes to live camming and
Live camming. So
OnlyFans and stuff like that.
yeah, I just want to make sure I'm tracking with you. So you would or wouldn't date somebody who watches cam girls?
I would not, but
You would
porn,
not.
I don't feel cheated on in that
Got it.
sense.
Why are you a cam girl if you wouldn't date someone who views cam girls?
Because it's just my end of this is not personal. Like I don't see these people, I just see a username and then a bunch of dumping on basically a whole glimpse of their lives. You know what I mean? I don't see any photos of them, I can't hear their audio. It's just basically like streaming. There's no profile pictures, photos. It's like when you stream on Twitch and it's a fast moving chat. Even in a private call, I don't hear them. It's kind of being like instructed, like pay to do this.
I
Like
understand
a
that.
menu.
I'm curious why you're a cam girl. It seems like you've got some sort of objection with it, or at least why people consume it. So I'm curious why you create that content.
Well, I'm not against it, and I only started, dating recently, right? And it's been about a year into making this content. So for that, I was in a relationship when I started it, and we went through all of those things. He didn't mind, and it was just money,
Got
And
it. So
since
for
I
the
was
money.
with a partner who accepted that, we went through everything, all the scenarios. I didn't see it as a problem.
Got it. Okay.
And he
All right.
gave me like his point of view.
Yeah. Why do you think I'm going to assume it's mostly men who watch your content. Thanks for the gift,
That's
Carl.
so
Appreciate
cool.
that.
Yeah.
Why do you think that the men, I'm going to assume it's mostly men. Why do you think the men view your content and engage with your content?
Why do I think they view mine in specific or like
Well,
live
just
cam girls?
live cams in general.
It's genuinely because of that relationship, I'd say. And it's, there's are people who don't have an account. They just want to see curiosity. But eventually, those people who are quote unquote gray users, where they're just viewing, I've had the turnover rate be very, very high, where they eventually do make the account. They eventually do start paying you. They start to develop more on their end, a personal relationship. Because on my end, I have a fake personality, a fake name, a fake life, fake what I did today. But they're telling me, sharing me, hoping to get more into contact, saying like, oh, my wife didn't do this for me today, so I'm here and I'm unhappy and I'm considering this. What is your point of view?
Got it. So, okay. And it's all fake. What you're portraying online is fake?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. Why did you start doing that?
Like, why? Money?
For money?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much do you make?
It can depend on the economy, of course, but on a typical, like, if I was on there just for like an hour or two, probably like $800.
Okay.
And it's just, you know, can be anything from, you know, like talking and interacting, or they'll pay you to like flash, quote unquote, you know?
Mm-hmm. So you do nude content?
It can get there, yeah. Like, it's not complete nude or like full like porn, like there's a partner or anything like involved. It's all just solo, like a girl next door type thing. Like, it's Twitch, but if it were to be more racy outfits, etc., and sexually explicit conversations.
Got it. Do you do OF as well, or just camming?
I think OF is more just camming. OF is more, I think, like more sexually explicit content is required to make good money.
Got it. Okay. All right. So do you think that when men are engaging with your content, do you think that they're betraying their partners?
That's the point of view that I was trying to get at. I do feel like at the start I didn't see it as that, but now that I've had more regulars for this long, I can attest to it feels that they are betraying them, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
their end is so much more deep it gets at certain points.
All right. So you have an awareness that, at least in some cases, some of the people who are consuming your content, it does feel like they're betraying their partners.
Oh yes, and I have heard like they're more comfortable sharing with me, so a lot of them have cheated physically in real life, or have a mistress, etc., or looking for more.
Yeah. What are your beliefs on fidelity in relationships?
Fidelity, like, am I monogamous?
Like, do you think, well, I mean, not you per se, but sure, are you? And then, like, do you think that upholding a monogamous standard or fidelity should be the ideal in a monogamous relationship?
Oh yes, I do. I don't. I've never had any like polyamorous or open experiences or thoughts or feelings. And if I were to get into a new relationship, I would, you know, if he were to say I don't like that, then, you know, I would choose my partner, because monogamy is
So then
better.
why do you participate in what you described is betrayal, infidelity with other men?
In my opinion, because I don't like really take it to those sexual lengths, and they also think they're talking to someone who's not me, and my whole entire life, my everyday is just not true. I don't see it in that angle, but I would say I would make sure I disclose that if anyone is ever interested in me, like firsthand, to give them their own opinion and their own stance. Because just because I think this, I feel that way, it's, you know, subjective. Other people would feel that, okay, well, that is bordering cheating on me.
Got it. Interesting. Do you have any like moral confliction with what you're doing?
Yes, at times. Obviously,
what
there
is
is
that?
the money aspect, but at times, yes.
And what does that Could you tell me more about that?
Yeah, yeah, I'd love to. So, because I know like maybe like hearing oh money whatever will encourage the audience, and I just want to say, you should really think about what you choose to do, especially in this kind of industry, quote unquote. Even though you're alone in your room, it's good money, whatever. You don't want to show this, show that, say this. It's still something that morally will stay with you. You know, it's something you need to accept that you've done or you're doing, etc. And you have to accept that if people around you in your life or new people you want to meet in your life don't accept that, then that's just going to be what it is. You have to accept that, and that's their boundaries, you know? So morally, I personally, like, I'm still, you know, doing this, so, but on the back of my conscience, my bad, there is, you know, some feelings when things get a little too, like, I guess explicit, so to say. Degrading almost is the word.
Got it.
Because
So
it's not always
like
respectful.
people say degrading things to you?
Yeah, it's very, very, very rarely. Like 1% of the time, 99% it's, oh, like obsession and fans, whatever. You know, just praise fans. But like, that makes you feel like, oh, okay, yeah, like I'm, like this is fine, whatever. Normal convos, whatever. But 1% of the time when you receive a message that's so completely sexually degrading and all of these things, yeah, that really makes you look
Yeah.
at the bigger picture.
Yeah. Got it. How old are you again? I can't remember if I asked you that.
Oh no, yeah, I'm 26.
26. Okay. What impact? I appreciate you having the conversation. I really do.
No, yeah, I appreciate it too.
Yeah. What impact do you think your decision to be a cam girl might have on your life down the road, whether that's with family or friends or future romantic partners?
Yeah. So when I started this, I made sure, you know, to get all the current people around me, of course, to not on board per se, because it's kind of hard to do that and ask someone of that, and I have my own autonomy. But like, I respect all the people around me, so I made
Do your
sure.
parents know what you do?
Yeah, I made sure, like, I, you know, had that talk with everyone, including like the boyfriend at the time. And for the future question part of that, like, yeah, I do think about that, you know, how there's future implications that can fall on me. Like, let's say somebody doesn't want to employ me, or they don't want to give me this sort of like task, job, friendship, whatever, because they just have their own moral standings. And I have accepted that.
Why do you think someone wouldn't want to employ you based on what you're doing?
I mean, some people have, you know, like their own businesses. They want a certain face, a certain type of person there. Like, for example, I wouldn't work in a school. You know what I mean? I would never work in any school type of setting or any setting with children, just because I believe that's borderline inappropriate. You know what I mean?
Got it. So
Even
you
if they
basically
weren't to know that.
you foregoed your ability to work with children because of this.
Yes, exactly. So I understand, like, when I started the future implications like that, like I wouldn't have no role or volunteer work with children, whatever, like, just because, you know, I've seen a lot of articles, for example, of like teachers who have like active OnlyFans accounts and such like that. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just believe it's just borderline. Like, I don't think they're doing anything wrong, like kids wise, of course, but like, I just believe it's better to not fill those roles from what I've, you know, what's out there, what's You know, if a child wanted to silly search my teacher name, you know, because I've done that before. Like, oh, let me find my teacher on Facebook. Like, let me go down a rabbit hole. I would not want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and why is that? Why would you not want them to see that?
Because, you know, once you put something out there, which is what I want to say, once you put something out there, you really don't know if it's going to come back. You live stream or sell content, then...
Have you ever put something out there that you're kind of like, oh gosh, I hope that doesn't come back?
No.
Okay.
I'm very, very, like, strict on where it was. Maybe because, like, my frontal lobe was a little more developed, so I wasn't doing anything, like, I don't want to come back to me. But I just want to say, if anyone is listening to me and interested in this, please consider that and these questions.
What do your parents think about it?
I'm estranged, so it was just, you know, a very distant relationship already.
How old were you?
I was already gone out the
were
house,
estranged?
everything with a man, everything.
Got it. How old were you when you became estranged from your parents?
Like pretty like young. I mean, it's not full on estranged. Like, I'm still a good daughter. I check in, I do all the paperwork, I clean everything, I drive someone here, whatever. I'm just away, you know, and they're not too involved, you know? Slowly, just like, we're all very introverted, independent people. Yeah,
Got it.
so it kind of gets to that relationship once you move cities further away and find a new relationship.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, if you guys at any time had any more questions, or feel free to DM me.
Or not. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Adam, what's up, man? W's in the chat for all our guests. Help Cakes is ready. All right, let's do a little comic relief here. Hey, Help Cakes, what's going on?
Hey, Coach.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, it was going good for a while. And then my wife slipped on one of my socks, knocked out one of her teeth, had to go to the dentist, and now she has to get an implant.
Wow.
Well, she's not too happy. You want to talk to her?
Yeah, let me talk to her. Wow, you sound different, Mrs. Helpcakes.
Yeah, they're putting up the implant.
So you slipped on the sock, knocked a tooth out, now you got to get an implant.
Yeah.
Is that the first implant?
Well, no, I have two already, but
Oh, got it. Okay.
not those kind.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right. And what about didn't you get him more socks for Christmas or Hanukkah?
Yes.
Okay. But he's still leaving them all over the house?
He doesn't give a shit.
This is Helpcakes. I'm so sorry. And now you got to get a third implant.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Can't believe it. You going to get that in before your HSA resets at the beginning of the year or your healthcare?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Got it. Good. Okay. Well, Mr.
I am-
Helpcakes, when are you going to stop watching porn, man?
What time is it?
B, I'll get you after this, okay? What time? It's 4:13 p.m. my time, which is probably 6:13 p.m. for you.
Yeah. Maybe it's 7 o'clock.
It's 7 o'clock? Okay. So you got another hour in you.
Yeah, well, not quite.
Not quite. Yeah, about 45 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
46, 47 minutes, All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for sharing. I hope that,
2 rounds.
yeah, okay. I hope that implant goes well.
Yeah, I like her other ones better, but, you know.
A brand new one. All right, well, take care, you guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Trina, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? We're going on oh gosh, it's been over 2 hours. All right, B, why am I bringing you on? Were you on here earlier? Hey there, what's going on?
Hi.
Hey, are you 18 or over?
Yeah, I'm 28.
28, okay. Were you on earlier? Why you're telling me to bring you on?
Yeah, I was the one who was very pro porn.
Oh, got it. Oh, yeah, with the kids and the husband and stuff.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so you're back.
Yeah.
Why'd you come back?
I haven't left.
I mean, back on to talk.
B, can you please ask what? Oh, not her again. No, right, I'm not gonna stay long. I just want everyone to be happy, and I hope you can find peace. And porn isn't as, aggro as you think it is. That's all I'm saying.
That's not what the research suggests, which I know you're not open to. You already said it before. You wouldn't read a book, but in fact, there's another quote here from Jay Stringer. The more you use porn, the more it adversely affects your sexual life. And research has actually shown that the best way to have less sex and less satisfying sex is to watch porn, because it simultaneously overloads you with sexual stimulation while also teaching you to only consider your own sexual desires. Porn is so appealing, not merely because it is erotic, but also because it lets you create a world where nothing is required of you. Whereas real sex asks you to know and develop your desires, while also learning to study, delight, and call forth the desires of another. Therefore, if you want to limit your sexual potential, porn is the fastest route to do so.
Okay, that is fine. And I know there's a lot of women in the comments really angry at me for some reason. But again, I'm in a 14-year relationship. I've had 3 kids. We're a very happy couple. We're childhood sweethearts. Every so often I watch porn. Every so often he watched porn. I do not blame him and he does not blame me, and we have the best intercourse together. It is not a big deal. I feel really sorry for these couples who, break down over one of them watching porn. It is not that big a deal. Going out and cheating is a huge deal. You don't forgive that. I understand that, but porn is not as big a deal as you think it is. And you can, quote all of your statistics and your studies. Anyway, I'm gonna.
What studies could you reference that would support the claims you're making?
None.
None. Oh, okay.
No, I'm speaking from experience. 14 years I've been with this man, and I've been watching porn the whole time, and so is he. We do not judge each other for it. It's just a innate need.
Your phone's not working, B.
Oh, can you not hear me?
Well, you keep going in and out.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can, yeah.
Okay.
So I think at the end of the day, I get that you don't think it's cheating, but the question still remains, why do you guys use other people's bodies to get sexual pleasure from?
Right, because I like to masturbate alone sometimes.
Dude, your phone's not working, B.
Can you hear me now?
I can now, but it's like you keep switching out of the app.
I'm not. It's just my phone. I'm gonna leave you, and I hope that you guys have a great conversation.
Okay.
Bye,
Thanks for
guys.
sharing. Bye-bye.
No worries. Bye-bye.
I killed the bug. When I did that, I got it. This thing's been bothering me for 2 hours and 14 minutes, but I finally got it. W's in the chat for the bug that I killed. RIP. Porn coach, why did my husband do this repeatedly when I was pregnant and even after the baby was born? Selin, I don't know. I've never talked to your husband, but if you'd like me to try to figure that out with him, he could schedule a call with me using the link in my bio. And I'd love to dig into his sexual history and figure out why he did that. There's a reason, though. There's a reason. There's always a reason. As Jay Stringer says in the book Unwanted, our sexual desires are not random. There's always a story that gets us to the place of doing what we do sexually. There's, and how do I know? I can prove it to you. Think about, for anybody who watches porn or has watched porn, did you watch porn general, or did you watch the type of porn that you were drawn towards? Right? There's probably certain categories of pornography that I could list off that you would instantly be like, nope, not that. And there's other categories that you would be like, yep, I'm all about that, okay? So just notice that. There's a reason why you're watching what you're watching. And that gives you a clue about what your sexual story is trying to tell you. So why did your husband do that? I don't know. But there's a reason. And if I could talk to him, or if he would go talk to a CSAT or a qualified professional to get to the bottom of that, I'm sure he would find some answers, and it would help put your nervous system at peace. If he could figure that out, and so could you. However, he's not the one asking the question. You are. You are, which indicates you are experiencing some sort of betrayal trauma, and you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can heal even if you don't get the answer to that question. And it's a really difficult process, but you gotta first separate out that his behavior has nothing to do with you. It doesn't say anything about your enoughness, your beauty, your worth, your value. It's a him problem, not a you problem. It's a him problem, not a you problem. He doesn't want to be intimate anymore. What can I do? Well, there's a conversation there that needs to be had. Why? Why is the question? What got you guys to that point? Hey there, what's going on, man?
Okay, so you're kind of right on a lot of things you say, but the big thing that I disagree is the porn cheating. I don't think that can be possible because...
Hold on, are you 18 or over?
Yeah, I'm 25.
Okay. All right. Okay, so go ahead.
I think the man's greatest superpower is post-nut clarity. I think that's the clearest a man will ever be. It will change your whole mind. You'll be like, dang, I was really about to do that and this and that. Then after you just rub one off, guess what happens? That innocent man comes back to life. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Notice in what you just said, you didn't mention pornography at all.
Yeah, I mean...
You talked about masturbating, but you didn't mention pornography. So what does what you just said have to do with pornography?
Well, usually it's the combo. It's like
Usually, but when you presented it, the post-nut clarity, you didn't even mention pornography.
Well, I mean, because I'm not going to lie, I do agree with some of the things you do say.
So is it the in the claim you're making, which I'm not saying I agree with, is it the pornography or the nut that gives the clarity?
I think most people, can I clarify this? Most people...
I would love for you to clarify because it was pretty vague. And as you've been watching it for a while, man, they got to get specific.
Well, you just pop up on my, For You page. But I would say a lot of people, would you rather be cheated on with another partner? Or would you personally, if your wife or girlfriend was watching porn, wouldn't she learn a few things from it and maybe try it on you?
Yeah, I think that's the wrong question. And I've been doing this for a living for years now. And I've talked to many partners, betrayed partners, typically women, many who have said when they come presenting that their partner is addicted to pornography, many times they'll say, I wish that he had an affair. It would be much easier to deal with. I've also I've also dealt with many people who have had a partner who had an affair. And then they have said, I wish that he was just looking at pornography. So there's not a simple answer to that, right? They're both not ideal in my experience.
See, but I would say, know what you're getting in before you get with somebody. You know what I mean? You can't change somebody. And I think that's what a lot of people are trying to do. They're trying to change somebody.
So stay on track, man. Clarify what you're saying about post-nut clarity. What does that have to do with pornography?
Oh, because that's the thing. Most of the people are not watching porn just before the women. It's more just like you having a stress and you just want to relieve some stress. It's like an orgasm for a woman. You know what I mean? It's a stress reliever.
Okay, so what is a stress reliever?
You're right, the masturbation part.
Okay, so again, you're not talking about pornography. My question here is porn cheating? And every time you go to kind of make a claim, you're leaving out the pornowgraphy part.
I get it. You're in a niche. I get it.
What do you mean by that?
Niche means a topic, a certain.
I know what
topic.
niche means. I'm saying, why are you? What do you mean by
Because
that?
you keep bringing it back to when I say masturbation, I'm thinking just porn too.
Okay, so you're equating masturbation with watching porn while masturbating. Is that fair?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Okay.
Even in the Bible, it says even just glancing at a girl is lust. So it's not like it's really the same thing. Even thinking about somebody to get hard, it's still an issue. So it doesn't really escape.
Yeah. Okay. So you said you disagreed with my whole is porn cheating, saying it's yes, and now you're bringing the Bible into it. So
No, I'm saying I said, dude, I'm finding balance in what you're saying because you know what you're talking about. I'm not gonna just disagree. I just don't think it's cheating. Honestly, I don't.
got it. Okay. You don't think pornography is or masturbation?
Both.
Okay. All right. So how are you in a relationship?
No. But I did some bad things. People that were married, girlfriends, and things I regret. You know. So I could be honest with you. You know, that's why I say post-nut clarity, because there's things that I've done because my lustful side that I wish, you know, just rub one off and I would have changed my mind. Probably wouldn't even answer that what you doing text.
So yeah. So look, what if that was the solution? Post-nut clarity, which I'm not saying it is. What if it was? Could you get that nut without using pornography?
Yeah, it's possible. And I think that is a strength. It is a strength. But it's kind of like, I don't know. Would you even want to masturbate at that point?
Well, so what is your view on pornography?
If it's not child porn, then you're okay with me.
All right. You've been watching for at least an hour now. Could we test that theory of what you just said?
Yeah, as long as it's not like the thing is, you got to be able to. Some people can't separate it. Like,
Is there anything else that wouldn't be child that you would say would be not acceptable?
Anything that's underage? Because there's a lot of people. With
What
child porn on
about if it was not consensual?
Like revenge porn?
No, like where somebody doesn't agree to be in the pornography.
Oh yeah, that's an issue.
Okay, so there are other categories than just underage.
Yeah, well, I would say that would, yeah. I thought that was just a gimme, you know, because nowadays you can't really.
Never assume, bro. Never assume. There's books like this for a reason. Okay. All right. So, do you watch pornography?
Yeah.
How often?
Probably like once a week.
Once a week. Okay. When did that start?
I would say, funny story. It started at a young age. On a PlayStation 3, a dude had RedTube on his thing, and I thought it was like a joke, right? And that's the first time I ever been on a porn site. And that first time, I was like, oh yeah, it's addicting. I would say that. It's addicting.
What impact do you think that had on you when you were younger?
I mean, I don't know. Because I really wasn't a wild child. I was like innocent. Everyone around me was more like advanced. I was kind of like, to be honest, that's where I kind of learned how to do sex. Most of the women I met, they were like more advanced. They've been having sex since they were like 13. I'm like, God damn. And me, you know, I'll be honest with you. For me, I didn't lose my virginity until like 17. Like I waited. Like I don't have sex with everyone. I'm very careful with who I give my body to. So that's why I kind of differ out in this lane.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
What about you? I know you had you got some you used to watch porn and then you quit.
Yeah, I also was exposed to pornography when I was about 12 years old or so, 11, 12 years old, somewhere around there. And it was a problem for about 20 years until I was 32. I'm about 40 now. Well, I am 40 now. And for me, it escalated into physically cheating because porn use always escalates. Doesn't always escalate into physical cheating. It did for me. but I was completely unaware of the impact that pornography had on me, as well as in my relationships, not just romantic relationships, but all relationships. And why do I say that? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And if we're objectifying women or people, if we're objectifying women in private, we're going to do that in public as well. So that's why you may have this experience, but many men or porn watchers have this experience that they're just going around viewing pretty much everybody as a potential sexual object or sexual partner. And maybe what's going through your head is, oh, the things I do to her or him. And so that what you're doing in private, you think it's just, oh, I'm doing this in private, but it carries over into your life out in public. And many women, many partners who have been betrayed would have that experience of noticing their husband or partner's wandering eyes and seeing, you can see when somebody is lusting after them. And women know what that feels like, a genuine look of dignity or honor and one that is consuming in lust. And so that's the orientation that I like to take now, or strive to take, is to view people as fully dignified human beings that deserve dignity, honor, and respect, as opposed to objects for sexual consumption. I think it's a healthier worldview. It certainly has been for me.
You're right. I would say that. You're right. The
Yeah.
world would be better without porn, and I do think that because a lot of people don't have self-control.
Mhm.
Like some people think porn is real and this, but they don't even know there's cut scenes. They're taking breaks. Some people think sex is supposed to last like 3 hours, and like a lot of people have all these ideas from their own fantasies, and it can ruin a real life relationship. But I mean, you're right. I mean, you're the coach. I agree.
Yeah, and so that's the thing, man. Like, we can argue whether it's cheating or not. I mean, and people can have their own opinions on that. That's totally fine. But when you really get down to it, at least the way I like to look at it, when we boil it down to the lowest common denominator, it comes down to, how do you view people? Like, is it really honoring and dignifying, treating somebody with dignity to masturbate to them like an animal, right?
True.
And just think about it. Like, if the porn star was dropped right in front of you, just think about, like, zoom out on that in third person. Like, you're sitting there masturbating while watching this. It's like,
True.
Can we honestly say that that's a dignifying act?
Yeah, but also a lot of women pressure us men. Like, that's the thing. A lot of women are way more advanced. Like, I think more women watch porn than men sometimes.
Well,
Like,
the world's going to do what the world's going to do. And careful with that. Blaming. I get what you're saying, but what about you and your heart, right? What's going to be
you're
better
right.
for your heart and for your relationships?
You're right. See, me, I see. I know not everyone's like me, but for me personally, women lust over me. Like, when I say no to women, I feel empowered. When I say no, I'm not doing that. No, I don't want it. That is empowering for men. I don't hear a lot of men say no to sex. When the women ask, it's just pull your pants down, and women can get what they want.
Got it. All right, man. Well, thanks for sharing.
Adios.
All right, see ya. Oops, I accidentally just declined somebody. I was trying to drop him off, so my bad. If that was you, you can request again. I'll be right back. BRB. W's in the chat. My husband schedules a call with you. What happens during the first initial call? Great question. I will say, hi, I'm Austin. And whatever his name is, which I'll know from the scheduling, I'll say, hi, John, nice to meet you. What brings you here? And then he'll tell me why he's here. And then we'll talk. And I'll ask him what he's wanting out of the call. Look, I know that I can be a bit abrasive here on live, but, I have a ton of compassion and empathy for people who are struggling with this. Because, like I said, behind every man who's struggling with pornography, there's a story dying to be told. Usually there's some sort of trauma thread in there that drove them to, or at least having them continue to use pornography. You're the one I declined. Okay, CJ, you're back in the queue. I see you. And so uncovering what that thread is typically going to be part of what I like to figure out, and that doesn't always happen on the first call. But at least just figuring out why are you here? I'm not going to assume anything about you. I don't know anything about you aside from you probably got to me because I talk about porn on the internet and you want something to change, or somebody else wants something to change. A lot of time, I'll say, why are you here? And they'll be like, oh, well, my girlfriend or wife told me to. Okay, well, do you want to be here? Do you want to change anything in your life? And if they say no, okay, great. Well, let's save both of our time. But usually they stick around. What tends to be Sullen, I don't know. Look, porn and sex addiction is not a porn and sex problem. It's a how you deal with life problem. Okay? People typically turn to pornography because they're anxious, stressed, depressed, bored, horny. They just want something. But I would say it's a substitute for real intimacy that is not healthy for your relationship and for yourself. So why? You're usually chasing some sort of dopamine. So I want to go just get off right now. Okay, but why? Why do you turn to masturbating or pornography to do that? So let's figure that out. Let's figure that out. Hey, what's up, man? Okay. Wow, he kicked him off and brought him back on just for that. That was... All right, I'm going to get off here in just a minute. Hey there, what's going on?
Hey, my name's Isaac. I think you said your name was Austin.
My name's Austin. Nice to meet you, yeah.
Hey, I agree with the prompt, and I'm kind of in a
what do you agree with? It's a question. Is porn cheating?
I agree with your positions that you've made clear. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I do. But I still do have some questions, man. I've been dealing with a teenager who had started this at 12 years old, and it's going on 14, and I do not know how to help this teenager, and also some young men and even men that are older and married in Wednesday night Bible study group that I'm part of. And I was just wondering if you can give me some resources for dealing with youth, maybe even some adolescents and even adults.
Yeah.
And then in there, someone has kind of come to me really experiencing a crisis, hey, I don't know why you touched down on the subject of what you're typically drawn to. So if there is a specific resource that can kind of help with that too, how to figure out identifying any triggers that are making me drawn to this.
Yeah, got it. Are you a pastor or?
I'm
looking at your TikTok page here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm currently in ministry. Yeah.
All right. Where do you live?
Colorado.
Okay, cool. I'm in Arizona.
Sweet.
Yeah. Well, one, if you want to schedule a call with me to chat more about this offline, I'd love to. Okay, so
absolutely.
So my initial call is $1. So go pay the $1. That'll just reserve the time, and then I'd love to share everything with you.
Please.
Yeah. So the youth thing is hard, but my number
Yeah.
one resource is this book called Unwanted by Jay Stringer.
Okay, let me write that down.
Yeah, write it down, take a picture of it.
Unwanted, Jay Stringer. Got
Yeah,
it.
this comes
Okay,
from
thank you.
it does come from a Christian faith perspective. So, and for anybody
Sure.
else out there, I recommend this book to everybody, and everybody gets a ton of value from it. Christian, atheist, agnostic, Jew, Hindu, Muslim, doesn't matter. This, in my opinion, is the best book on the topic to
Sure.
uncover your sexual story and heal through that.
Awesome.
Yeah, the youth thing is hard because, one, you're dealing with youth talking about sex, and
Yeah, seriously.
that just opens a whole can of worms. I typically like to defer to other resources that people have specifically for youth.
Sure.
And there's a book called Good Pictures, Bad Pictures that is targeted towards kids up to age 11, just educating about pornography. So that's to kind of like educate them about the danger of pornography before it gets too late, because the average age of exposure is 13 years old.
Right.
Like, for example, my 4-year-old, I love this now. He's about to turn 5. I'll be like, hey, buddy, what do you do when you see pornography? He says, close my eyes, turn around, run away, and tell an adult. And I'm
That's
like,
awesome.
Great job. You've been trained well, right?
Right.
There's a junior version of that book for kids aged 3 to 7. I know it sounds crazy to talk to 3-year-olds about pornography, but guys,
Wow.
if you don't talk about it, somebody else will. Somebody on the
That's
internet
right.
will tell them. Your PlayStation,
That's right.
Reddit, your Xbox, whatever is going to be their education about pornography. And as we've probably seen so many guests here today, like, oh yeah, porn's great, it's not a problem. Well, I was exposed to it way too young. And
Right.
that answer tells you everything. It's like, there is something wrong with this, but I've conditioned myself to believe it's fine. I think the best way someone like you can help is, my question for you would be, how well do you know your own sexual story and your own struggles with pornography? How much have you healed through that?
Sure.
Right? And your ability to do that will allow you to be with other people in it. Right?
Of course.
I'm not going to assume you had a problem, but given you're a man and it's 2025, you probably have.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's like up in the 80 percentile now of people in church and specifically ministry. So there's a lot of people that deal with it in church too. And that's kind of a hard place to get people to talk about it, which is why I'm kind of avoiding specifics. And so I appreciate you offering to take time to talk offline too. Because
and so I think you, like, even for the best way I think to help the youth is the parents. Like most parents are like terrified to talk to their kids about sex and porn, because they haven't figured it out for themselves yet, how to deal with this in a healthy way, right? Like, think of you look like you're what, around 30-ish?
32, yeah.
32, yeah. So I'm 40, like same ballpark kind of, right? Like, if we don't have a healed point of view, how the heck are you going to talk to your kids about it if you haven't even figured it out for yourself, right? And now I would encourage you to approach that when you're approaching the youth in your care
ministry.
Yeah, in your ministry. I kind of take the lens of most parents probably haven't engaged this for themselves. So you may be teaching something to the kids, and the kid and the parents are on like different wavelengths now. So anyways,
probably going to want to talk with the parents before I do.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I think the better path, I mean, sure, we should be talking about it age appropriately with kids in church.
Yeah.
But I think the better path is let's have the parents talk about it. Like,
That's
mention the
right.
word porn in church, everybody gets all scared. It's like, well, you have no chance at teaching your kid about this if you can't even talk about it.
That's right. Yeah, you're right, dude.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, there's another tool. I'm actually developing my own small group tool, but the one that's probably the best known is called the Conquer Series.
Conquer Series.
Conquer Series, yeah, conquerseries.com. It's a faith-based small group tool to help men battling lust. And this, I mean, it's in like 40,000 churches. Over 2 million men have gone through it. So it's like the number one tool over the last 10 or 15 years for this in the faith community.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's a 10-week study. Anybody can lead it. Like, if you're wanting to do this, even just like rally people in your ministry, say, hey guys, let's go through this, and you can lead it. There's a leader's guide. It's not hard. And it's very educational, a really, really good balance of the faith component as well as the psychological component. So
Thank
I
you.
recommend that.
I
resource.
wrote that down. That would help for the men's group for sure. a lot of different ranges, but I will say I've been very surprised at the range of ages that do struggle. It's not just a young person's game. It's not just a single person's game. It's not just for the lonely. And it doesn't go away just because you get married or just because you're older. So there's a lot of people that in this group, we've got a very good guys up to 80, guys down to 20.
Yep.
So that would be very beneficial. I appreciate.
Yeah,
you
and this
sharing
the Conquer series, I have one of the workbooks right here.
Oh, that's sweet.
Literally the first sentence, I don't have volume 1 here, but the first sentence is, this tool is designed for any man who has ever struggled with lust.
That would be everyone.
Yeah. So what it's, some people are like, oh, I don't have that big of a problem. It's not that bad. It's like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anybody who has ever struggled with lust and wants to work on that is a candidate to work on it. Right?
Okay. That's great. And so so I wrote down Unwanted, Good Pictures, Bad Pictures, and ConquerSeries.com. And I have small children myself, man. Like I've got a 4-year-old too. And so, I wrote that down because that strikes my interest too. And I think with a lot of what's going on, especially in the cultural sphere of, questioning gender ideology type stuff, you're right. If you don't talk to them, then someone will.
Somebody else will.
And I do think it's healthy for the parent to establish that kind of relationship very early on with the child, so that hopefully, I know it's not really common, but if it happens to a kid, they will think to turn to their parents. I think it's natural for a kid to want to hide from their parents and be ashamed, but if you can establish that relationship, I think that's so fundamental.
And that's the goal is, with whatever kids struggle with. My wife and I want to be the person that they come to when they find something like pornography or drugs or alcohol or whatever the temptation might be. It's like, I'm not going to pretend like they're never going to stumble across anything bad, but hopefully I'm developing the relationship with them to where they can come to me or my wife and talk about it. And that's the whole point of talking about it early, is you're creating that open conversation with them, right? So then it's not, like somebody earlier who said I was playing Xbox at my friend's house and I saw pornography. Okay, well, that just set them on a whole path, right?
Yeah, that's true. So I got those 3 down, and is that like, you think those are the hard hitters?
I mean, start there, man. Dude, this one, for you, this will change your life. Again, I don't know anything about you or your story, but you read this book and you'll just be jaw dropped, like, oh my gosh. So I would say this book, from education. If you want like a tool to use with other men, the Conquer series is a great tool to do that. Jay Stringer also has his own course called the Journey course, I think. It's a good one. But the Conquer series, I think, is a better introduction to it. Jay Stringer is a lot more kind of
What was Jay Stringer's course called?
The Journey course, I believe.
Journey course.
Yeah. But I would start with the Conquer series. It's a much softer introduction to it. Jay Stringer is a lot more like theoretical. It's hard to describe, but he's great. His stuff is fantastic. I love the guy, but I would start with the Conquer series.
Okay. And then, and all of this information, this stuff is good for, it sounds like it's going to touch down for the general scope. Unwanted sounds like a good groundbreaker. Good Pictures, Bad Pictures is for young kids. Conquer series is good for men. Is there anything that you would recommend in between from like,
for teenagers.
I'll go down to 12 teenagers all the way to adolescent, young adults.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't have a great recommendation for that age group. I don't want to say I avoid that age group, but there's probably, I know that there are books and stuff out there, but my preference is equip the parents to talk to the kids about it. And you do that by helping invite parents into an understanding of their own story so that they can then talk to their kids. But no, I should probably find a good resource to be able to refer on that.
No, I appreciate that. And then I'll ask you just a pragmatic question, man. Like, what is your, what would be, even if you didn't have, you may not have a resource that touches down specifically in that area, but how do you discuss this? How do you establish a good relationship with some of these people who want to talk about this? How do you deal with their shame? I mean, I could throw, 20 Bible verses at it and how to be gentle and graceful and not judgmental, but like in a pragmatic way, like practically speaking, people are going to approach you and stuff like that. And You know, is there any like tips that you have for someone like me? I've had to deal with a couple domestic violence situations recently, but this is something else that kind of popped up, and it's like, you know, going forward, it's such a prominent issue in our time. Like, what's a good way to navigate this without pulling myself underwater, and being able to foster a good, healthy relationship?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. And I want to address a comment here real quick. My husband has the
Okay.
Conquer series, but has no group to do it with, even though it's a great tool. Yeah, Teresa, if he wants a group, I lead groups for men, not Conquer series. Well, I do Conquer series groups in person. But I lead online groups for men. We meet weekly on Zoom. And if he's interested in that, Teresa, he could schedule a call with me using the link in my bio. Well, one, the phrase connect before you correct comes to mind. No,
Connect before you correct.
Throwing Bible verses at people is usually pretty ineffective when you
Sure.
just lead with that, right?
But
But
what I meant by that was like, it's like 20, there's like millions of Bible verses that you can say that like tell you what to do, how to not be
Yeah, yeah.
judgmental.
No,
and
I
stuff.
got you.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
yeah, I would say everybody has shame, and you know, there's a Viktor Frankl has a line. He says, I'm paraphrasing, but essentially, who am I to judge somebody else for doing something? Because if I was in their same shoes, I probably would have done the exact same thing. So when we hear, and I've heard a lot of stories now, right? I've been doing this for a while, hearing things that people share that they never thought they would share with anybody. It's like sitting there and thinking, yeah, that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to shame them or judge them. I could see I could see how they got there, right? So it's showing compassion, showing empathy, and once somebody feels shamed or judged, they will shut down and you've lost them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
And so there has to be a level of, okay, yeah, I can hold space with you as you're sharing this. Because, you know, dude, when it comes to sexual stories, I mean, there's so much shame laced in it. Same for me. I mean, when I first started talking about my sexual story, I could barely even get the words out.
Yeah.
And so you have to create the environment to do that. And again, I think the most effective way to do that is how much do you know? How much have you plumbed the depths of your story and your shame, right? I'm not questioning you, but I'm like, just look at that, right?
It's valid. It's a valid question. You're right.
like, do you have people in your life who know everything about you and your story?
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And if not, okay, just look at that, right? Notice that.
Yeah,
And it comes with time as well, but attunement is arguably the most vital skill when it comes to being with people in this game of healing, which is just seeing into somebody and having compassion for them and having empathy.
You know, as you were talking, man, I just want to ask you, when you said that you progressed to a physical, how did you find, I'm assuming if you were able to go jump back into it, like on the battlefield, you found forgiveness and probably peace in yourself. Do you have any advice for any men or women that may kind of be in that spot? They've taken it too far, because infidelity tends to be confessed in this line of work. And so how did that look for you coming back to?
Yeah, good question. Well, again, you have to dive into the story, right? So when I look at my life, and you know what I would have thought was just, there's something wrong with me. I'm just a pervert who watches pornography, and I'm just like a disgusting, worthless husband because I cheated on my wife. There's nothing redeemable about me. That was the story I said about myself.
Sure.
And it's until I got curious about my story with the help of some really good coaches. Therapy never did. I never found a good therapist, but coaching has been my modality.
Yeah, it's okay to say that.
Yeah. And in uncovering more about my story, it's not about porn. It's never about porn. It's never about the affair partner. It's about something going on in your heart. And for me, it's about the death of my mother when I was 5 years old, creating a huge void in my life, and really a skewed view of how I viewed women and what the motherly role should be, and having affection from a mother, and care and comfort from a woman, that got all jacked up for me in my younger years. What was my solution to that when I was young? And pornography. Well, pornography feels good. This works. This can fill that void, right?
Yeah.
What's wrong with this? Okay, well, that set me on a bad path, which eventually led to cheating. But it's not that I wanted to have an affair. I wanted to feel cared for, comforted, connected, wanted. I was trying to fill some sort of void, some sort of void.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
having that awareness allowed me to then heal from what was really going on. And it's like, yeah, now it's so clear to me. Pornography wasn't the problem. I didn't want porn. I didn't want an affair. What I wanted was to feel loved, wanted, cared for, accepted.
Yeah.
So
And you had coaches that led you to find that.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've been on this healing journey for about 8 years, and I've worked with a couple therapists, but never for very long. I've done intensive sexual healing things. I was sexually abused when I was young as well. Done some trauma healing through that. I've had a lot of great coaches and done group work and led groups and participated in groups and
Dude, I am so encouraged. I am so encouraged by your testimony, dude. It's like, good for you, man. I'm glad that you got the healing and to see you back on the battlefield and, helping other people get out of it, dude. And I appreciate you letting me come up. I don't want to take space from anyone else. But I'm going to take these and I'll reach out to you through TikTok, or is there a better way?
You can send me a DM if you want, but I mean, best would be just schedule a call and let's chat. Okay, I'd love to chat. But if you do want to DM me, well, no, schedule a call and then I can get your number because you'll put your phone number in there and I'll shoot you a text and we'll go from there. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man. God bless, dude. Take care. I
All right,
appreciate
man.
it. Thank
You
you.
too. Take care. Bye bye. W's in the chat for all our guests. All right, I think I'm going to wind it down here. There's one more guest waiting. Roxy J, do you really want to come on here? Do you have something that's going to rock our worlds here? Yeah, she'd like to share. Okay. I'll give you 7 minutes. That'll be the 3-hour mark.
Like a plan. And yes, I'm over 18. I'm 41.
Hey there. Okay. All right. What's up?
Yeah. Hey. So I think I have kind of a nuanced take on this. So I professionally study human sexuality.
Okay.
And my view has sort of shifted over time. When I was younger, I was never interested in pornography. It was not anything I watched. It wasn't something I grew up with. But I kind of viewed it, like a lot of people have said, as like a normal, healthy exploration of human sexuality. And then I was married to a sex and porn addict. And I saw the way that it destroyed his life. His core story was about, sorry, my dog's barking. His core story had to do with, early sexual exposure, early exposure to pornography. It escalated. I saw it completely ruin his life. And what was fascinating to me that I can look back on now is that I was a partner who was okay with pornography, and he still felt like he had to hide it. He couldn't be honest because it had to do with him and not me. And so he lived a double life with it, because even without judgment, he was judging himself. He was living in shame because it had to do with his own trauma story that he could not face. So I have a view that in general, pornography is unhealthy for the mind. We know that 1 in 4 men in the United States report that they have what they would call problematic usage, meaning they feel they can't stop even when they want to, post-pandemic. But the question of, is it cheating, I find a little bit gray, because I think from a human sexuality perspective, cheating is anything you feel like you have to hide from your partner. Right. So if you don't experience that shame, that judgment, you have an open communication line with your partner. And the other piece is that everyone has to be consensual for it to not be cheating. I have to know what I'm consenting to in a relationship. So if you're watching it behind my back, it's cheating. You're not talking to me about it, it's cheating.
So let me just, I can't believe I've been on for 3 hours and you're the first person to bring that up. I totally agree. If it's agreed to that it's just me and you and there's nobody else involved, no porn or anything, then it's cheating. If it's not agreed to, then it wouldn't be cheating. Meaning, or did I say that right? If we
You switched it, but I got
I
what
switched
you
it.
meant.
Okay, yeah. If we agree that it's just the two of us, then pornography would be cheating. If we don't agree that it's just the two of us, or you could stretch that to say polyamorous,
Yeah,
then it wouldn't be
polyamorous
cheating,
folks or
right?
swingers or things like that might
Yeah.
agree to extend into other partners.
Mhm.
But it's again, it has to be about that open line of communication. There's no shame, there's no secrecy, there's no judgment, and everyone is a consenting party, which also means that you're consuming pornography that you know has been ethically sourced, where no one is being sex trafficked, where people are being treated with respect and dignity and have agency of their own bodies. Because otherwise you're consuming things that are not consensual. And then that again gets into that ethical murky area. But in general, I would say the research is pretty solid that pornography is not good for the brain over the long term. It hijacks your dopamine center. It disconnects you from intimacy. I would not recommend that people engage in it long term. It is not a helpful sexual education tool because it portrays sex as a fantasy in the way that we do in movies. It's not realistic. I always hear men especially talk about how, they learn moves from it. I'm like, you're learning bad moves. Don't do those
Bad
moves.
moves. Yeah,
nobody's,
I like that.
Nobody's
I
looking
like
for
that.
those moves.
You are learning. Well, that's why I will never argue that pornography is not a teacher or an educational tool. What I would say is it's just a really bad one if you're wanting to learn healthy sexuality.
Yeah,
If you're
wanting
not,
to learn to be connected, if you're wanting to learn to listen and work with your partner's body, if you're
Yeah.
wanting to understand their pleasure centers and not just what looks good on camera, pornography is never going to help you get there.
Yeah.
It is always going to make you a worse connector and a worse lover. And there are so many resources that are not geared towards I can't think of the word all of a sudden. My brain is so tired. It's been a long day. They're not geared towards that erotic nature. They're geared towards education that can help you truly be a good lover and
Yeah.
a good connector with your partner, that are not asking you to engage in unethical behavior.
who do you read, or who have you read, or what studies have you looked at off the top of your head?
Oh, jeez. You're asking me, and I got 2 hours of sleep last night.
That's okay.
Right. So I'm a big
I'm
fan
not
of Patrick
quizzing you.
Carnes'
I'm
work.
just curious. Yeah, Patrick Carnes. Yeah, the godfather of sex addiction.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to looking at sex addiction, has done some fantastic work. Brene Brown has talked briefly about sex addiction in recent years, and
Well,
she's really taken.
Yeah, I mean, her stuff, even though it's about shame and courage and all. I mean, it is so applicable to the whole porn conversation. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
and we're seeing
I
this,
reference
like-
her all the time.
We're seeing this massive emergence of people. Even, I always say every therapist has a therapist. My therapist has talked to me about, even in her practice, seeing an extraordinary surge in sex addiction post-pandemic because people were isolated, they were lonely, they were depressed. We spent a lot of time on our computers, and now they're so hooked to the dopamine hit that they can't stop, especially in young men. But we're seeing a rise in sex addiction in young women as well. When
Are you
look
are you a
at-
therapist?
I am not a therapist anymore.
Okay. Got it.
No, I work in administration, but yeah, I was for a while. I did human sexuality studies, and studied gender identity for a few years as well. But
Mhm.
we just have so much data that tells us that pornography is not. We don't know. The way I say it is like this, right? There are some people who can have a glass of wine and they never want another glass of wine, or they can have a glass of wine once a year. There are other people who have a glass of wine and they need 50 glasses of wine. When we get to the origin story of why we need the wine in the first place, same goes for pornography.
Yeah.
Is that when we have that story of what we're filling, we understand why we're pursuing it.
Yeah. So, and I don't disagree with that. And I would take that one step further. I don't know if you're on where I was talking earlier, and I'm curious your take. Is when it comes to how we view people. Did you hear when I was talking about that?
I think when you were talking about viewing people and you were making the comparison to like the animal nature of it and objectifying human bodies.
Yeah. So even like the whole the argument that you're not making it, but the parallel you're making is kind of the moderation, right? My question, and this is where I like to take it from, is if I'm using any amount of pornography, which I don't, but if I was using I did. If I'm using any amount of pornography, what I'm doing is I'm saying I'm gonna reduce somebody down to just a sexual object and consume them and objectify them, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that on a personal level. Yes.
Yeah, and so my kind of invitation is, how much of that do you want in your life? Is that orientation towards people going to help you with relationships and how you view people, or hinder that, right?
Yeah.
And I think if you have any amount of integrity with how you view human beings, you would say it would hurt it, it would hinder it, right?
Yeah.
So then the
And I think
question
that's
is,
where those personal boundaries in your relationships come up. What do you want from a relationship? And I when I talk, because again, I try not to make the generalization that all porn consumers are men. Porn is consumed a lot more by men than it is by women in terms of addictive patterns. But I talk with a lot of women in different groups that I'm a part of who are always like, how do I fix my husband? How do I get him to stop? And I tell them, you can't.
wrong question.
Right?
It's the wrong question.
He has to work on him, and you have to ask yourself, what is your capacity to have someone in a relationship with you do things that are against your morals, are against the guidelines of your relationship? And if that's not something you want in your life, what are the steps you take to create boundaries for your own safety and well-being? If you see that as immoral, if you see that as cheating, you're engaging in the conversations, you're setting boundaries, and they're not respecting those boundaries, it is like any other type of cheating or abuse, and we need to have an open conversation about that. But the reality is that you can't actually force someone else to change their own behavior. They have to want and desire that. You can be a cheerleader for them if they're doing the work, but you have to ask yourself, what are those boundaries? And I also encourage people, as you enter new relationships, don't shy away from these conversations. People don't want to have these conversations. They think it's awkward. But then there's 6 months in, a year in, 2 years in, and they find out about the usage behind their back and they feel betrayed. Be upfront about the things that you want. Know that some people are going to lie about their pornography usage because they have shame around it. But the best thing you can do is be open and transparent about what your values are around sexual connection and intimacy.
Yeah, totally. And as Viktor Frankl said, and I'm sure you're familiar with him, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. So that's the question. I think when women ask me, how do I get my husband or partner to stop watching porn? Wrong question. Question is, why are you tolerating this?
Yeah.
And how will you
can
change
have
to create something different? Yeah.
I have great compassion for my ex-husband and his addiction because it has ruined his life because of the career he has. He's lost career opportunities. He's lost relationships with friends, family members, his marriage. But I can also say I can love you from afar and recognize that your behavior is not something that's healthy to have in my life.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
So we can maintain our humanity and our care for each other without
having to suffer from the behavior.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Have we talked before?
No. I've seen you a couple times when I was scrolling through, and I decided to go ahead and follow because I was in and out for the last couple hours listening to folks talk. It was very fascinating. You do a great job of sort of exploring the ideas and allowing people the space to sort of hear themselves talk through the issue as well.
Isn't it fascinating what can be extracted?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes we need to say it out loud to understand it ourselves.
Totally. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah. Thanks for having me up.
All right. Yep. Take care. Bye-bye. All right, guys. Chat. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year, Daisy Dukes. Give me a follow if you guys don't follow me already. The follow button's up there. And all my lives are so... Yeah, I got it. Look at that. Screw you, bug. All my lives are so different. And like she said, I would 100% echo what she just said. Compassion, 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 curiosity. What's the story beneath the story? We can get all riled up about whether porn is cheating or not, and it's fun. Absolutely. But beneath every man who's struggling with pornography, there's a story that's dying to be told. And so many women who are on the wrong end of this, wrong meaning they've been betrayed by their partner, you don't have to suffer in silence. Please don't suffer in silence. I have groups for men who are going through this that want healing. I have groups for women who are struggling with partner betrayal trauma, and the healing that occurs every week is incredible. I'm just one person in this. If you are struggling with this, go get help. If I can be a part of that journey with you, I would be honored to. You can schedule a call with me. It's $1 for a 30-minute call. We just talk about what your situation and what options there may be. And if you don't want to work with me, that's fine. I don't care. But if you want change, what will it take? What will it take? Find somebody to get help. Healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. Healing doesn't occur until it's witnessed empathetically. And there can be an empathetic, compassionate witness to your pain when you're outside of your window of tolerance. That's when healing happens. Where are the groups? We meet on Zoom weekly. Tuesday nights for the women's group, Tuesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. The men's, and I have two men's groups. One is on Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, and an additional men's group at 3 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. And if you're interested in that, you can DM me. Schedule a call with me would be the preferred route. Or just keep following me and engage with my content. I don't care. But your life matters. Your life is way more important to be wasted away masturbating while watching strangers have sex on a screen. Your life is also too important to be wasted isn't the right word, but to be spent trying to get somebody else to stop masturbating while watching strangers have sex. Because what you really want, what all of us really want, is to be seen, known, loved, and connected. The opposite of addiction is not sobriety, it's connection with other people. That's all anybody wants. All right, great being with y'all. Have a happy new year. Am I going to be on before the new year? I might go on again later tonight, but don't hold your breath. If I don't see you until the new year, happy new year, everybody. I hope you have a great time. And make it a great day or not. The choice is always yours. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.